Dead meme. Alrighty. Welcome. Welcome to the Snark podcast. Sweeney's dying.
Yeah.
We just found out before the show. Very lame, in my opinion, that he's dying. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. You can tell if you're watching the video. Dying is for pussies. Yes. Kingston has. Yeah, it's true. Kingston has gray hair, which means he's obviously on his way out. He's got one foot in the grave.
I've also had gray hair since I was 17. So I mean, that's
you're 17. I don't believe it. I feel like I have a lot of footage saved up of you. I have like terabytes of footage saved up of you.
Dude, if you actually pay attention to any of the footage, I'll have gray hair throughout all of it.
Dude,
my hair hasn't progressively gotten gray since then. You can argue this all you want. People that know me. My girlfriend coming here right now says I've had gray hair since she's known me.
I don't know, bro. Since
my whole life, dude.
I think about 2013, I've been stocking up footage on you, and I've never.
Well, first of all, I met you in 2015, so huge problem. No, I met you in 2016 actually.
Probably
so huge
like
problem
16
started.
or 17 or something, but
problem already.
But I still have footage of you from all the way back then, nonetheless. And don't ask me how I got it, but I have it. And I've examined you closely. I've examined you in the shower while you were wearing sneakers and did not see any grays.
I'm so afraid I wear sneakers in the shower. That's such a sad person, man.
Do you,
I love that.
You definitely have more gray hair than you used to. Like 100%. Yes,
it feels like it.
Because I know that because I've edited you in high definition, and I noticed that it's more. It might not be that much more, but it's more. It's you, Kingston. You're telling me that
it might be more apparent. It might be more apparent at this moment. That's what you're probably saying. Way more apparent at this moment.
Yeah, because there's more.
I have not had more gray hair for years. Because I know, because every time I get my hair cut and it grows back, I literally check. And it's gray hair in the same like 8 or 9 places.
No, but Kingston,
I have no gray hair on the sides. I have no gray hair on my face. No, but I always have gray hair like right here, like right on the top of my head. I've always had it.
No, but Kingston, you're telling me that you don't have at least one more singular gray hair than you used to?
I don't think I do. I mean, I very well likely may. You know, you're using the very literal definition of this now. I very likely may have extra gray hair on my ball.
The literal definition.
On your ball.
I'm using language as it's intended to be used. There's no like literal.
Yes, using it in the most literal sense now. So yes, when we continue the conversation, it's going to be a literal conversation from this moment on. We're not going to switch back to hypotheticals, which you tend to do in conversation.
No, but Kingston, you literally.
Yes, I may have 1 or 2 more gray hairs in the last several years of having gray hairs.
It's not may. You simply must, because that's how time works.
I know some people just gray and they stop. Because I had a lot. Because I grayed up when I was like when I worked at Dunkin' is when I really noticed I was getting gray hair. I was like 19 years old. That's when I really properly noticed. And then I told my grandma, and she was like, "Kingston, you've had gray hair since you were like 17." And I was like, "Huh?" She was like, "Yeah, you've had gray hair for a while, dude."
Yeah, but Kingston, you just said something that's subjectively not true. You just said something that's objectively not true. People don't just stop graying. That's just not true. People don't do that.
That literally, Chris.
Okay,
yes,
watch any episode of any television show that's been on for like a long ass time.
Yes. But I have not grayed very much in these last like 12 years of me having gray hair.
I'm not saying you've grayed very much. I'm not saying, but you've grayed more.
I guess it's not noticeably more.
Well, it's noticeably more to me as somebody who's edited high definition footage of you for many, many years now.
Chris, I can tell you, my girlfriend, who has been close up on me for the years of our relationship, has said that my hair has been like this for pretty much, and obviously, yes, the strands have probably grayed more down to the root. Yes, technically, you're right. Maybe 1 or 2 have appeared on my back, arms, legs, or somewhere else. But my hair has not noticeably gotten grayer. This is the first time you guys are bringing attention to it. I don't know why you're being.
I guess the thing that's so confusing.
But doesn't that say something?
I don't know why you're being so defensive about it. That's what's so confusing about it.
I know on the podcast I've mentioned my hair is gray many a times. I mentioned my hair is the fact that I have gray hair. I've had it for years.
I don't remember any. I mean, look, I'm not saying that you don't have it. Just why I even asked, that's why I was saying, is there lint in your hair or is it gray? Because it seems way more noticeable now. And what I would say is, I mean, when I'm more stressed, there's more gray. I have 3 grays right now, one on each side and then one right here. And like, it's so, you have to be physically in my presence to notice it. And I'm always wearing a hat, so you probably would never see the side one. But I only really notice them popping out is when I'm like extra stressed, where it's more of a stress thing for me than it just being like genetic. And I'm wondering, since I'm noticing it more on you, and so is Chris, obviously, that's why this whole thing's happening. Is there more stress in your life is the question.
I mean, I've gained more responsibility in my life as I've gotten older, so yes. Mm-hmm. But when I first got my grays, I was kind of just like, I don't know, I'm trying to smoke weed and fuck girls. So, like, it wasn't really a lot of stress then. I just got grays.
Was worrying about smoking weed, where you're going to get your weed, and how you're going to get the girls, was that stressing you out?
Imagine
not really.
Imagine having a panic attack. Imagine having a panic attack, just like, oh man, where am I going to get my weed?
I start freaking out.
Where am I going to get my weed? Oh man, this is like so.
Where am I going to get pussy? And you have a full-on breakdown. In the middle of my Dunkin' Donuts I'm working, I have a breakdown about getting pussy, and everybody's like, "Yo, calm down. You'll get pussy. Calm down, dude."
I don't have gray on my head at all. I have gray. I have one gray on my beard, but that's it. That I've found, and that's like come and gone randomly.
It used to come here all the time, and it stopped. And now I have one in the middle, but you can't see it. It's too like blended in. You know, I would have to bring it all the way in my face for you to see it.
I don't fully understand the science of that. I don't understand how a gray hair can just be there and then just decide to not be gray anymore. Yeah, that's strange.
I will say it was weird. So I used to have alopecia when I was in elementary school, and when the hair would be trying to when the hair would be trying to grow back, it was weird because it would be like thanks guys. It would be like a peach fuzzy thing, but then it would also look kind of gray. So it was weird. Like say when you're an old man, you get kind of grayish hair that's mixed in with your darker hair, and the same thing happens when you're first getting hair too, right? But a lot of that process happens while you're in the womb, I guess. So it was weird seeing that on the back of my head. And shout out to what was that bitch name? Jada Smith, right? Is that
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah,
if I saw a kid with alopecia, I would kick it for sure. I think you
would. I would kick an adult.
I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it.
I feel like adults should be pushed if they have alopecia, but like kids,
I wouldn't touch an adult. I wouldn't touch a kid with alopecia. But don't touch me.
Adults should be pushed if they have alopecia. Just shove an adult. Because they have alopecia.
Don't you agree that Jada Pinkett Smith should be pushed? Didn't she seem like time first?
I think Will deserves one free punch on her.
I more than agree with that.
That's wild.
I think he deserves one free punch. Just one free punch. I feel like
a judge should that should be court mandated that she should get at least one good uppercut to the jaw.
If Will wants to, Will gets one free punch. That should be what it is. If Will would like to punch her one time, he should be able to do it.
That'd be sick as fuck, dude.
I feel like he won't because he's too. I feel like he's not that kind of guy.
He's too cucked. He wouldn't do it.
He's the most not that kind of guy.
Dude, have you? He's the most. Is he the most cucked, like famous person in the way that she wrote memoirs shitting on him? She's done so many things, Red Table Talks, just diarrheaing all over this guy, and he's still no defense, no put. She's like, she's great. You know, her pussy's amazing, and I love her.
I think it's because that's his wife. That's why of his children. And I think that's why he's like trying to not be rude, but at the same time, it's like, damn, William.
Isn't there like a fine line though between bro?
I just don't think you should ever engage in disrespecting your children's mother.
God, I so
think that's something you should never engage in. But at the same time, you shouldn't be getting treated the way he's getting treated.
Right.
But at the same time,
wouldn't it stop if he actually stood up for himself? Don't you think he would? Do you think usually bullies stop when you stand up to them? You know. Like, she's being a fucking bully. And, like, if you just slap her a little bit, you know, you just slap her a few times, I think she'll probably stop. You just slap her bald fucking head a little bit.
I really.
You slap her so hard that she starts growing hair again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe she needs a little bit of that.
That's fucking crazy. Just awakens the hair follicles because it's such a tense slap. That is insane.
You know how insane that is? Because that just can't happen. That cannot happen.
But it can.
That means you can beat up a bald old man. He'll have dreads. That's impossible. That's impossible.
With Will Smith, anything possible, man. Like he took all of it because it's true. Isn't it so obvious that him being mad at Jada, he took it out on Chris Rock. Like, I think that's so obvious. I think it was apparent to everybody. Like, he knows he wish he can turn the rage on her. But I think she would actually murder him. Like, no, like literally, I think she has the ability, the capacity to, slip something in his drink while he's sleeping or you know what I mean? Well, like, you know how like some people have like a glass of water next to themselves while they're sleeping or whatever? And then she would just put some like, I don't know, alopecia follicles in there or whatever the fuck that is, and somehow drinks it, and the insides are stripped away, because I think that's how it works. Like, say whatever it touches, it strips away anything, and so the alopecia on the head strips away the hair, and if you put alopecia in the stomach, it'll strip away all the lining, and then the acid will eat away all his organs.
I can't believe I just heard you say that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like I'm listening to you because I think it's important to hear people speak, but like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I feel like I can confidently tell this to a lot of people, and they'd be like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah."
Everyone that believes you gotta shoot them right afterwards. You can't let those people have children. You gotta just like I get it. Yeah, you shoot them in the gut,
dude. That's how I felt about. I watched the Truth versus Alex Jones, that HBO documentary, and that is exactly how I feel about the people that Alex Jones convinced. Like, it's so when it's like packaged to you, and really you're so fucking baffled, and how you don't even have to try to convince people. You don't have to do anything. You just be like, the kids are fake. Nothing happened. And I'm like, but literally all the evidence of it happening is there, other than just seeing the kids.
The kids are fake is such a wild, that is so crazy. If you really take that statement and boil it down to like what he's saying, it is truly insane. That because people guys, you have to understand that people can't coordinate. People are I think people vastly overestimate like the cooperative abilities of human beings when engaged in conspiracy theories. Like, I really think we overestimate like our ability to get away with something and like craft a really meaningful and important and consistent narrative. So the idea that they were like, all right, we're gonna pay like what, hundreds of parents to pretend to have had kids and then dead. Like how much? Okay, let's entertain this for a second. How much money would you accept to go along with something like that? For the rest of your life, you have to do this.
I could not do that.
The rest of your life, you have to do this. By the way,
I could not do that
until you die.
The problem is, that's the thing right there. No amount of money is worth me having to pretend to live a regular life. Like, in the way that if these people are actors, if they're all actors, and I feel so bad for one of the parents, because what ruined his life was letting out a nervous laughter before he did a press conference the day after. He wanted to talk about the event and his daughter. He was like, I want to talk about this. And this will be a way for all the fucking vultures that keep harassing him at his house, trying to call him, trying to get interviews. He's like, I'm going to put his press conference out, and then I'm going to be done with this shit. And right before he went out, he let out a nervous laughter, and then he started doing the thing. And that was the smoking gun proof that he was a fake actor, that he let out a nervous... I was like, gee, dude... The amount of nervous... that's the most normal thing in the world.
That breaks my heart. That breaks my fucking heart, dude.
Haunted him for over a decade. And he's like, bro, people come up to me. I was in a random city across the state. And people are like, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. I'm like, holy fuck.
That is so crazy that people don't know how laughter... That's so weird, though, because it implies that the people who, like... it implies that the people who are angry at him just don't understand how laughter works.
They just don't understand.
I feel like
anything.
It's not even that. I feel like giving them that much is too much. I feel like this man, these people, like, no one lies about shit like that really often. You know, like there was that one family that killed their daughter and they lied about it. I forgot their names. They were on South Park. I forgot.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean.
But like,
there was the balloon boy people too who had
the balloon boy was fucking hilarious. That was so stupid. That was so stupid.
It doesn't happen very often.
It does. It doesn't. And the idea that you would get that many people in the same vicinity to go along with the exact same story, it's just so insane. Like Occam's razor.
They kill all of our kids? Yeah, they did. Yeah.
It's just so silly. It's just like, why would you even? And also I think it's like people have like this really miscalculated idea of how difficult it would be to do something like that. Like that's the whole thing with 9/11, right? It was like, how could it must be the government, because like how could anybody, it must be so difficult to hijack a plane. And it's like, it's not really. Not at that point. Not at that time.
Yeah.
It's very fucking easy. It is so easy for me at any. Well, plenty actually. Like it's like a lot of planes are hijacked before 9/11. It's just none of them flew into buildings. I really don't know.
Like, I guess, like, how many, with that, I guess I meant with that specific mission. They have a mission in mind to hijack the plane and fly somewhere specifically, other than just being schizos doing crazy shit, you know?
People can't,
I'd be usually, so what it used to be, mad if I was in that plane. Oh, God.
You would be mad.
Furious, dude.
God.
I would just charge the motherfucker and try to eat him.
Right before you see the plane hit the building, you're like, God damn it.
Damn it! I knew it. Damn it!
I started hammering the window.
The day of you're sitting in your chair. You're like, you look out the window. You see the skyline of New York getting like really, really close, and you're like, oh damn it! It's 9/11. Damn it! I'm on this.
And then some weird singularity happens, and it's like, wait, did you just break the timeline?
Man, planes used to be hijacked all the time. Planes used to be hijacked all the time, and what would happen is like it would usually be like, yo, take me to fucking Cuba or something, or like take me to fucking Peru, or like it would be like a redirect is what it would be, and then they would just redirect, and then they would be like. And it would be like, oh well, if you don't redirect the plane, we'll kill one person in the cabin every however so often. So now if that happens, by the way, if your plane somehow miraculously gets hijacked, because now every plane is kind of built specifically with protocols in mind to keep this from happening ever again, which is why I think the security thing is fucking annoying. It's like, let me go through security without taking all my shit off. Like, it's just fucking annoying. The planes are already like perfect, except for Boeings. Which are falling apart out of the sky.
They're very bad.
You know what's crazy? What are you going to say?
But one quick thing. They will. Yeah. If you're in the cabin and they're killing you, and they're threatening, it's like, hey, we're going to kill one person every time for every 10 minutes until we redirect to fucking wherever the terrorists want to go. You're just going to die. Like they're just going to let them kill you now.
Yeah,
like they don't redirect the flights. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Or they land early. They land prematurely wherever they're going to land, and then cops come in and slaughter you. The SWAT comes in and slaughter you. Yeah. Because the pilot's door is bulletproof. The pilot's door is bulletproof. You can't get in there. If they don't want you in there, you're not getting in there anymore. So
I actually don't know. Come to think of it, I have no idea, like, was there... Okay, so as far as like the black boxes, I know there's something about black boxes couldn't be found or something. Is there a way that they knew? Because I know some people were... I'm trying to think of all the conspiracy theories now. It's all starting to swirl in my head of what people had problems with. Because people were saying, oh, how come some of them were able to talk on cell phones when that's not usually possible, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't fucking care about all that shit. Like, that is so... unimportant to me, but I know that there's things about what happened. I literally don't know about any of that stuff. Do you know, like, say exactly how the process of hijacking and how they got in the cockpit and took control? Are you guys aware of that?
Well, the reality is, it's just that I think they had box cutters is what I remember.
I know,
but like I think the reality is it's just like before 9/11, it just was not difficult at all. Like any individual, in the same way that
there was air traffic controllers back then too, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but like in the same way,
how did Blood not take draw his gun out and just piece him up? Did they know who he was and they got him first?
It's not the same. Like it's everything. Everything is different now. Everything. Like
that changed a lot of things, like having air marshals and all this shit.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just one of these. It's the
That's crazy.
The reality is just as easy to it is as easy to hijack a plane and derail it as it is for you currently to hijack a bus. It really is. It is not hard at all.
I guess hijacking a bus would be infinitely easier. What do you mean?
I mean, it's infinitely easier in the sense that, like, I'll put it this way: if you're on a plane, it is as
at all. You just stop right in front of you.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you are on a plane, it is as easy to hijack that plane as it is to hijack a bus if you are on a bus. Or as it used to be. It used to be.
Like, even
used to
they
be,
used to
let kids. They used to let kids into the cockpit. We were just talking about that in the airplane movie, where like that's based on real shit. People were just like, "Oh yeah, Sonny."
While they're like grounded, though, was that not while they? I don't think they were flying when they did that.
No, in the air. I remember I did that. I remember I did that when I was like 6.
You did that when I was flying?
I did. Yeah, I did that. I think it was a flight to Puerto Rico or Florida, one of those two. And that's how I got my wings or whatever. You remember they used to give you wings?
I never.
When you were a kid, they used to give you like.
That's probably not for. It's probably not for blacks. It's probably not for blacks.
Probably not. Yeah.
They used to give never let a black child in the cockpit because he'll learn too much and he'll try to progress his community and nobody can let him have that.
Get out of here.
Look at him. Here's kid just learning. He's like,
hold on.
Get him out.
I'm actually curious as to if anybody else remembers this when they were kids.
Getting like wings.
This sounds insane to me. It sounds insane that they let you in the cockpit to me. That's what you're saying this right now. My brain is like,
are you sure it wasn't like Hardy connections? Are you sure he didn't like point a gun? He thought like he had an Asian pilot and he was like, oh, Viet Cong, and then he fucking like was like boom and he fucking pointed a gun at them.
Blammo to his head. He had the deagle to this fucking Asian guy's head in a fucking cockpit, crying. Just, Mr. Maldonado, please.
Bro, I love
it's the level of trust we used to have, man. The level of trust we used to have, and just all this stuff. It's just it was so light. It was easy too, just to get to the gate, to get through security at the airport used to be fucking not a big deal. I remember that when I was a kid.
I rember it being way quicker to get through.
Oh sure,
like getting to security was a breeze. I remember that being.
The funny thing is, there's some airports that are smaller that are virtually how it was back then. I would assume, because when I go to those giant international airports, it's pretty disastrous a lot of times. Not enough people, and some of them are fucking weird. I've been like, even me, I can't imagine being a hot chick, because even me, I've been molested a handful of times, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I just got molested on my flight back.
and imagine, because you know these guys are scumbags. It comes with the territory. There's a specific job that requires touching people. Freaks are gonna get that job. It's just like, oh, I get to be fucking in charge of kids. I'm going to be a youth pastor and fucking rape them. Like, this is what they do. They flock to those jobs. So imagine being this hot, big, boobied fucking bitch standing in line. Of course they're getting searched, and of course they're getting fucking touched inappropriately. If my bum ass gets touched, I'm like, dude, motherfucker, oh, sorry, I got to run my fucking hands inside your shorts. And I'm like, can you change your fucking gloves at least, pussy? Like, there's probably crabs all over that shit. And he was annoyed that I even said that. Like, I inconvenienced him. Oh, I'm so sorry that I want you to touch me with gloves that you're touching everybody else with, you fucking freak. God damn, man. But that's not everybody, dude, to be fair.
I have only been checked twice in my life, and each time I've been checked, I've had shit on me. Each time I haven't checked, I've had like weed or something on me. So like they usually point me out at the right times, but like I never get caught.
But you know the thing that's crazy though? Like, I've definitely 1,000,000% gotten on a plane through security with like something that I definitely shouldn't have.
Something you shouldn't have on with. Everybody, especially women in the purses. The amount of times, oh, oops, like this fucking knife that's like as big as their arm is just in their fucking purse somehow.
Sawed off shotguns in my fucking thing. It's like, huh?
Oh God! How many times do you remember like flying with your parents and your dad had like some grenades or anything? Or any like
say I don't have parents.
It's clear not talking to me. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I'm really in the way that it is now canon that Lily drinks piss. I really want Chris's dad to be like a fucking war vet with PTSD, but Chris won't accept it. He never noticed any of the
It's like,
PTSD
my dad's
things.
not weird Asian people. He remember his Asian friend coming into his house, and because his dad has his knee on his throat, he's fucking Floyding his Asian friend. His dad's like, don't worry, they can breathe longer than normal humans. Trust me. It's 10 minutes, his friend's still alive somehow.
You're like,
he's
oh,
like, look,
Dad.
I told you.
No, I told
Dad's
you.
gonna be home.
Viet Cong, man, Viet Cong.
Oh man, that's good shit. So anybody watch the eclipse? You guys, anybody, and you stare at the sun at all?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't give less of a fuck about it. I
If
heard
you had
about
a total,
it. And
would you care if it was total? Like in your
what do you
area?
mean?
Like if you were in the path of the total eclipse, would you care?
Nah, my dick's too big.
I don't think I just.
Because
I
it
don't.
eclipses the sun
big.
already. Is that it?
Yeah, it's far too
okay.
big.
I think the thing for me is it's like every time I blink, it's an eclipse. So like, what the fuck do I care if the moon does it?
I mean,
The fuck do I care? Like, what do I?
Yeah, that's
Who cares?
What
that is so magnificently minimizing. You know, every time I have a bad day, it's 9/11 to me. You know, like I guess in a way.
I have definitely had days in my life that are worse than 9/11 for sure. Like
this is
for
my
me.
9/11, you know, and this is
that
like
is
for sure.
I love that. I love that. That is so awful, but I love it.
that is so frighteningly diminutive of something else happening.
No,
My-
but like
my
I don't know.
bad
It's the thing to me about the eclipse is like it's just like this happens all the time, kind of. So like,
Not that often.
why-
Because
it happens
depends
often
on, like,
enough.
say, yeah, I mean, but see, that's why, I mean, I guess, and here's the argument, and I think this is why people are so egotistical, where as I've gotten older, I've given less of a fuck about my birthday each year because it happens every year. It doesn't feel
Right.
like anything special to me. And I don't try to take that away from anybody else to be like they want to celebrate it every day. But I also feel like,
Yeah.
well, look at how important people feel this day is compared to something that may happen. Like, say, in people's area, the next time, say, in the certain path that's going to happen, the total eclipse, is going to be, people are going to be dead. They're going to be dead. It's not going to happen in their path anymore as far as the total eclipse. And I feel like that's kind of cool. But, like, you know... But like if the total eclipse isn't in your area and it's just a little piece, like I also agree. Like who gives a flying fuck about that? Because it's not really even. You get to be outside in the middle of the day and all of a sudden it looks like fucking Dark Souls 3 or some shit. You know, like that might be pretty cool. But barring that, like, oh, get out a piece of paper and you can see the little corner that's cut out on the fucking shadow. I don't fucking care. That's
That's the
stupid.
thing. It's like you can't even look at the coolest part of it.
Yeah,
So like,
you get.
So to me, I was just like, oh, it's a thing that I can't even really see. So like,
You can't even.
it's
Yeah,
always
I
gonna
get it.
get-
I get it. I get that.
I'd boldly walk out there, I'd stare at it, and stop like, fuck you guys, and I'd keep
See
staring
how
at
long
it.
it
That's
can
the
do
thing. That's
You
the
know,
thing too. Trump stared at the eclipse recently.
The last
like in the last
eclipse.
like.
The
So
last
that's what I'm
eclipse,
saying.
yeah,
It's
he
like
did.
the last eclipse, which was recent enough for President Trump to stare at it. So to me, I'm just thinking like, oh, this kind of happens like relatively often. So like whatever.
Well, there's different
Like, I'm
kinds
not-
of eclipses,
Well,
that's
yeah,
why.
because the moon
I
will
know,
pass
yeah.
in front of the sun plenty of times, but as far as just a total eclipse is rare, and then you only get a little small like if you got to see it started off in say North America or like Mexico got some of it, Texas and all the a lot of those shitty areas they got
But
it.
the further up north you got, it got
Yeah.
like dark, literally.
Not the like it would have been if I would have cared, I would have been outside anticipating it if it was going to be total in our area. Like if we were
If
going
we
to
were
be
in
like,
New
oh
York,
shit.
it would have been cool. Because in New York, it got proper dark. Like it got dark for a few moments, and that would have been cool.
Yeah, but like, yeah,
You
so
know.
I didn't notice a goddamn thing. I looked at a couple of pictures and I'm like, all right, that's cool, I guess. But I did
I
like,
slept through it.
I heard, so every time people don't understand how much of most religion and particularly Christianity is based off of fucking pagan lunar shit. Like say, even we were talking about Easter recently and how surprisingly a lot of people who celebrate Easter or worship
Have no
whatever,
clue it's a pagan day.
they have no idea how it works, and they somehow gaslit themselves into thinking Easter's on March 31st every year. just because that's Trans Visibility Day or whatever, Trans Day of Visibility. And since it fell on the same day this year, they freaked out saying, I can't believe Biden did this. And I'm like, nigga, Obama was in office when it was a thing. Literally 2009, that's when it happened. And Easter is a different day every fucking year because it's a lunar holiday. People have no idea how any of this shit works. But they're so obsessed with this lunar shit that a bunch of fucking doomsday people said that Jesus was coming back. So what, it was the 8th? So Jesus was coming back. Obviously, he didn't come back. And this was cool because I get to hear stories of people selling all their shit, maxing out their credit cards, giving out fat tips to other people in like biblical numerical ways. Like, here's $777 tip, you know, like that. Because obviously they think Jesus is coming back and then they're going to be gone. And they're hoping all the heretics will go. It is. It's like, and
that Jewish nigga's never coming back. That nigga, if he is real, he's never coming back.
Nigga, zombies
like,
aren't real. Magic isn't real. Like, I wish it was.
Speaking of the Jews. Speaking of the Jews, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Curb Your Enthusiasm's finale just the final episode.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
What did he do? What did he do this episode? Like, what did he like?
Did he blow off his head? Did he finally just blow off his head?
How big did he go this episode? Did he say the N-word 5 times? So like what?
No, it's very good. I will say it's a very good. They did a good job.
Just
it's
that's
crazy.
The way what if you just blow your? That's the way to end a show. Just blow your head off. Just like it doesn't matter the context of the show. Even like Steve from Blue's Clues when he left, you should have just blew his head off right there in front of the screen.
If that was just the tradition, that was the tradition of how shows ended, regardless, like no matter what.
Mess.
That's the last episode of Cheers, the last episode of Seinfeld, the last episode of fucking Fairly Odd Parents, the last episode
of Game of Thrones. In the past, someone takes a fucking brand spanking new modern shotty out, and Jon Snow's like, Jon Snow's theme, and he's like, for the wall. Stupid. And the whole back of his head jumps off.
I would love that. I would, you know that shit was already ruined, but I would ruin it more. I would have the dragon be like, no, John, don't. Like, I would have the dragon
John, you're wildin', chill. And then he blows his own head off. John, chill, please, my nigga. And he kills himself.
Please, my nigga. Dude, would that redeem the season for you?
No, Derek.
No?
Derek, if the dragon Drogon, who is black, says, my nigga, wait, before Jon Snow airs himself out with a shotgun.
With a modern day shotgun.
I'd be like, what? That's crazy. And I would turn this off and go to bed.
And then the dragon's like, oh, shit, nigga. Damn, not again.
Damn,
and then it just ends. And what's it? Daenerys is she's still cooling. She's that other shit didn't happen. And you don't think that would that being so fucking like just wild, would it just be like that was so stupid it comes around and it's kind of brilliant. You're like, you know what? All right.
It is so crazy how little of Game of Thrones I know, man. It's
good, man. It's good.
It's wild how little, like, I don't think I could guess even a fraction of what that show is.
Do you do you know who King Joffrey is?
I think he's like a blonde guy that everybody hates, right? Like, everybody hates him.
So okay, it's good. You got that right.
I think because he's like gay. Is he gay?
It's because he's not gay enough. That's actually, you're close.
Right.
He wasn't.
Right.
He would only suck
the head, and they're like, you are ignoring the shaft and balls, and they were very upset about it.
He only licks the shaft, but he doesn't lick into it. But that's all he does. He only licks the shaft.
Oh, he won't.
Yeah, I know.
A licking though.
He won't gag on
it. All I know is that
he gives it quite the licking.
All I know is that Tyrion is really short, and that's it. That is the extent of my Game of Thrones knowledge, genuinely, sincerely, is that Tyrion is short. And I don't even know if that's 100%. Is Tyrion, what's his face?
Yeah, Tyrion's English.
Tyrion is about...
That's all I know.
Well, Tyrion is like, I think he's 2'1", I think.
He's not 2-1. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking
2-1 is crazy.
You understand how short 2 feet is?
My dog, I think,
is mad.
My dog is 2-1 standing up, I think, and that's a small dog.
No, your dog's not. Your dog's not 2-1 standing up. But 2-1 is really short. Like, that is like crazy.
Is that even a newborn?
Your dog's probably like 1'6". Your dog's like 1'6". 2-1 is like this tall, dude.
I don't know, that's like a fucking newborn baby.
Are you insane?
Baby.
How
2-1 is
how
like
small,
this tall.
How close to the ground? How close to the ground are you sitting? Where that's this
from
tall?
From my desk, where my desk is, like right here is.
I imagine you like laying down on the ground.
A boy from the floor.
Somebody shrink a ruler and put it next to my hands. Maybe I'd say this is Tyrion Lannister right here.
That's not Tyrion Lannister.
Is so crazy.
He would stand on people's hands. He would just people.
He'd pick him up, and he'd be like a oompa loompa on their hands. He'd be like, Lord Daenerys, I'm going to make a joke right now, and I'm going to get drunk.
A Lannister always so fucks his guest. I think that was their saying, right? A Lannister always fucks his guest.
Some dick.
I don't know. I've not seen
the Lannister.
I don't think that's a show I'll ever get to. Really, I think you
should really watch it because it is. I think when it's at its peak, it is objectively the best show I've ever watched in my life. I think
it's good.
Like I think people that watch Breaking Bad is really good, but the characters in Game of Thrones are so insanely well. Like Jaime Lannister is such a good character, it's insane. It's like this is a really fucking well written character. This nigga sucks, but he is amazing.
He sucks. He's a monster, but he's very complicated though. He's also he was labeled. He didn't even have a chance to not be a monster, so he leaned into being a monster like immediately because of like his title of what you know him as in the beginning. And so like he kind of leaned into that title, if you know what I'm talking about. And you
find out that he did what he did out of genuine care for the rest of the world.
It was the right thing to do, but he still paid the price in being labeled what he was labeled. It's so
insane.
Good.
For him by himself, he's worth watching the show. I think for just Jaime, and early Tyrion, I think they're both worth watching. The show.
If you like soft wieners, incest, people that are infuriating, but in a very well written way. Like, cause that's when you know you have a good character. When you write someone like this person sucks so bad and you're like, damn, I'm really drawn into this shit. And that's when I know I'm watching something good or since I didn't read the books before, when you think you know what's going to happen, it's so good because when you think you know what's going to happen, it's so not like I remember my jaw dropping at the end of towards the end of the first season because what you thought wasn't I don't want to spoil anything for some people that may watch it because there's a lot of people that have.
Come on, dude. Also, come on. I'm sorry.
I'm
not spoiling anything for you, but if you haven't watched Game of Thrones yet, you got to get to it.
At least watch the fucking complete season 4, and then you can fuck off. Like at least.
What the hell?
I would recommend more, but I would say a lot of people kind of checked out after that. What the hell happened this time?
Season 3 is where it changes a lot. Season 3 is where things become very different. Because I read the books after book 3 and season 3 are like very close, and then at the end of season 3. They're completely different from each other.
Yeah. What happened? Did George R. Martin die, or what happened?
No, no. I'm just because I'm looking for stuff I was looking at the reviews for Game of Thrones seasons, and I saw the Fallout show. The Fallout show is
out today.
The reviews are out, and it's apparently great. Like everybody,
it looked.
Did you not think it was going to be at least pretty good?
Well, I mean, it's a video game adaptation, so like, it's always 50-50
we've gotten
with that.
We've gotten to the point where those are like, they're not bad anymore.
Well, the good thing about Fallout
we just had Halo, so maybe relax.
Right.
But
I mean, Halo's Halo.
The biggest problem, it's already has like, there's such a set lore based on specific people, unlike Fallout. That's the great thing about that IP.
No, yeah. Like, I think it's not that I didn't think the potential of it would be high, because I always thought like a Fallout show is actually a good idea. Like just like that vibe is perfect for a show. But it's whether or not they could actually do it, because many video game adaptations are not very good. Even still to this day, like they're getting better, but like we still haven't. I would argue we still haven't had that like that Spider-Man 2 or that original X-Men movie for it. I guess you could argue maybe The Last of Us is the closest it got, but like even The Last of Us to me was just like, okay.
That show was great, I think. I would say that
show
was a great show.
Good.
The Last of Us was really good.
You didn't think Last of Us was like a great? I think Last of Us was a great show.
I honestly, can I say something? Can I say something that's probably like not the nicest thing to say? And I understand that this is like totally mean.
Please,
I know what you're gonna say already. I'm pretty sure you already laughed about it when we were watching.
I want it. I need it.
Yeah. Ellie looks like a goblin. Like she's a creepy looking creature.
She's from Game of Thrones,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. But like it's super, and it's not, and I understand that like people are like, I've seen this take on Twitter a couple times, right, where it's like, oh, you want the teenager to be hot? What's going on? It's like, no, that's not what I said.
No, you just said not a goblin.
Presume that. It's weird that you presume that. It's just that she has a very distinct looking face, and it's very distracting when she's portraying a character that already looks a certain way, because I cannot see Ellie in that character at all. I don't think that makes the show like horrible by any means. It's still a really good show. Like I think they did a really good job. I think Pedro Pascal did a great job. I think everybody did a good job. It's just like
it's definitely a problem you have if you're a fan of the or if you're really hyper aware of the games in a way that say, even as much as I love Pedro Pascal, him in that role is kind of funny. Like when you think of who Joel is, and now there's Pedro Pascal, I'm like, it's funny to think about, but I don't care. Can I be real? But I don't care.
I'm sick of them making Pedro Pascal play white man, bro. I don't like it. He's not white.
That's what I mean.
Give him Hispanic roles. Let him be Hispanic.
He is white.
Not really. He's not white like you, Chris.
Well, Latin.
He's not. He's a tan Latino man who looks Hispanic. He looks very Hispanic to me.
I would not call him white passing.
Yeah, at all, even remotely.
He's Joel in The Last of Us. Of course he's white passing.
Joel is not as dark as Pedro Pascal is.
That's the whole funny thing about it. When I look at Pedro Pascal, I'm like, okay, Joel Miller. Okay. Yeah, that's a Joel Miller right there. Like, yeah, sure, buddy.
That nigga's name is Juan Carlo Hernandez, bro. That is not like I was. And his racially ambiguous daughter, who was clearly part black of some sort. And I was like, I don't like this.
You know what would have made the fights mad, but I would have called him Yoel Miller. I would have called him Yoel Miller, dude. I would have made the maddest fucking. I don't give a fuck.
Milliard?
Fuck you. Just like they all got mad at the gay episode. I was like, you, dude. I want them to flash back to that shit and have them have gay butt sex. I want them to have fucking.
Yeah, what really sucks? I have to say, I'm looking. Can I say? Hold on. Beautiful too.
I'm looking at pictures of Pedro Pascal. Motherfucker is he? This is a white person.
I do not think he's a white person at all. That's
Look
crazy.
at the fucking photo. He's as white as I am. He might even be paler.
He's
actually
not, Chris.
This is crazy.
Look at photos. You guys have
look at photos of this man.
Your skin complexion are very similar, but when I look at this man's face, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's from fucking Latin America, 100%, 100%. This is not a fucking Anglo fucking Caucasian man. Like this. I don't see that at all in this guy.
No, obvious. Right. But that's still like, that doesn't mean he's not a white person.
I understand what you mean by technicality, Chris. Right. But I would never look at Pedro Pascal and confuse him for a Caucasian man.
That's what I mean. When you say white passing, it's like I've heard Hassan make that argument too, where he considers himself a white person. But when I look at Hassan, I'm like, I can tell this guy is not Caucasian, even though his skin is so light, he would consider himself white passing. I just disagree with, I guess, the what they would consider white passing. Because to me, I'm like, if you have what we call ethnic features, you're not white.
I agree with Derek in that, where like people say like they're white, right? Like people, like Lily's brother says he's white. That is a fucking Mexican.
What a traitor.
That nigga's a Mexican. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. Even Lily's dad. Lily's dad is very pale. But that is a fucking sofrito eating fucking bean nigga, dog. That is a Mexican man. And people say like, oh, this person is white sometimes. And I'm like, at most for you, I could say, Chris, you could potentially pass for a white man, like genuinely. Yeah. But a lot of people that say they're white is like, no, you're not.
But then there was those
You're not a European person.
Remember those? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, continue.
No, I was gonna let you finish. But Chris, you had some pictures. I think you didn't have your glasses on. It was before you were boxing. And I was like, oh, look at that dirty filthy fucking this ethnic.
The glasses
fucking,
shrink. The glasses shrink my eyes to white people eyes. That is true.
White people eyes.
Yeah, it was interesting. 'Cause I was like, what? That was like, that's clearly a fucking not a white guy. It was weird. But when I'm looking at you right now, I'm like, oh yeah, that's some fucking nerd that reads comics. Obviously, it's some white nerdy boy. That fuck, like
white nerdy boy.
It's
so fucking diminutive. Look at you. You can do a little nerdy white man. Look at you.
Whiteness is like, I don't want to get in that conversation, but like, look, all my white niggas.
You're gonna make them mad. Stop. Yeah, stop. You're gonna make them mad.
All
They're gonna
my
show
white
up.
people. I've married one of the whitest people on this planet, so obviously I have no problem with whiteness.
White people, can you do me a favor and remember what you guys did? You guys remember what you guys did, all right? Remember everything you guys did. Remember everything you guys did. Don't forget what you guys did to this, all right? You did this to all of us. You did this.
Fuck am I I've actually turned. I have come around. I want reparations. I've come around. I've been convinced.
I've come around.
Like, as I've studied history more and more and more, because I used to be like this. I used to be like my French teacher, Madame Chalawa. She's Japanese, and she was in the internment camps when she was a little kid. And so she was like, wow. Wow. But so she got a check. She got reparations, but she didn't spend it because she was like, I didn't suffer. I literally didn't even notice I was in the camp. I was so little. Like, she was like 4 or something, and her parents shielded her from all the fuckery. Yeah. And so she's like, I don't feel right. But so that's how she feels. She's like, that's how she feels. And when I was that age,
that makes total. It's like when you're 3 years old and you're like, yeah, I saw 9/11. It's like, no.
Well, you didn't. But here's the thing. I've come around historically and like really learning on how bad, historically people that look like me or Kingston have just, even Black Wall Street being burned, whatever. I was like, all right. You know what? Give me some fucking money, bro. Give me all the money. Like, at first I used to be like, I didn't experience any of this shit, but I'm just like, nigga, I want some fucking money now, dude. I think it's just me being tired, though, really. I think that's what it comes down to. Like, I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like, you know what,
tired.
dude? Give me my fucking money.
For me, I understand the argument of like people that wanting reparations, right? Like, I get
as
it.
A Native as Native American, I feel like, yo, give me a fucking house.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Where's my house?
Bro, I fall into pretty much every ethnic, every fucked over ethnic group, unfortunately, which is really sad. It makes me really,
you're not
really,
Jewish.
I just feel I'm not Jewish. That's the only thing I'm not. That's it.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Bro,
and then they got the best off.
You know
why? It's so funny because like there's so many conspiracy theories about Jewish people, and it's literally just the fact that like they're probably like one of the few groups that has like a community in the way that they have it. Where they really help each other. Even they'll complain about it endlessly, but like they will help each other genuinely. And it's like, I hear that shit all the time. Hispanics do not do that at all.
What happens is this, right?
Help each other at all.
What happens is this, right? Jewish people have a old religion. They have a very old religion and culture behind them. So they have a lot of backing that Hispanic people are like, Latin Americans are like less than 1,000 years old. Like they're fucking a new group of people. Like African Americans are just extreme expats to the fucking Americas. Like we don't have the foundation that the Jewish people have. So like when people are like, oh, Jews have like, it's like, yeah, because they're a much older group of people. They were able to grow themselves as a people.
We didn't get hooked
that
up.
Other people just haven't been able to.
And the thing is, when we started doing better, historically, you start looking, like I mentioned Black Wall Street, which is something I was not aware of growing up. Me getting older, learning about Black Wall Street. I was just like, that kind of made you feel like, damn, we tried. We tried. And so this is when I started, feeling a little bit different about things. Where I'm like, you know what, man?
That's a fine.
I'm gonna give me money.
That's a fine Wall Street you have there. That's a fine Wall Street you have there. But what if we burned it all down and put crack in your babies?
Put crack in your babies.
Think of it like this. Think of it like the natives, dude.
Yo,
the natives,
dude. Like slingshotting crack into babies is crazy.
Into babies' mouths, bro.
You make them laugh and then bam, you're addicted. That's how they got them.
Giggling. The baby gets the shakes.
Unmarked fucking black vehicles driving around with fucking slingshots, slingshotting babies. In
looking for laughing babies to then slingshot crack into the mouths of.
Bro, one of the agents had jingling keys, and then the other one had the slingshot. So they just fucking bam.
Do you think that they had that like there must have been like a crack? There must have been like a crack force, right?
There was literally.
The crack force, which is
the ACF, the American Crack Force, or something. That's actually real. They disbanded it though, and then it turned into the CIA.
Force.
Yeah, it turned into the CIA, which they brought in Institute of America. Osama bin Laden. Remember, they brought in Osama bin Laden after they turned into the CIA. That's true. Facts.
Yeah, exactly. We should get to questions. We're rambling about
the crack force now.
Did anything happen? I feel like nothing really happened.
Nothing interested me even slightly. I think no, literally nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah. Did we talk about Smiling Friends?
J. Cole, that's it. We mentioned Smiling Friends.
Yeah, we mentioned it. J. Cole died, of course. Rest in peace, J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole was so embarrassed he died. His
Wait, Monopoly. Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, it says Monopoly movie. It just trending. I'm not watching that.
Is that real?
I told you.
Apparently.
Yeah, but you say a lot of things. Monopoly movie in the works from Margot Robbie and Lionsgate. What? Who's she going to play?
Margot
what? I hope she plays the Monopoly
Man. Oh, right. This is the whole. They're doing that. Aren't they going to try to do that Mattel Empire or something? Or Universe or Hasbro, whatever the fuck. Yeah, whatever it is.
The Hasbro.
They gotta fight the Transformers at the end. That's gonna be funny.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick if they had Hasbro.
The power. I want to see. What bothers me right now is I want to see. They put the GI Joes in the start and at the end of the last Transformers movie. I wish they did the Power Rangers instead of the fucking Joes.
Bro,
that Power Rangers aren't
27 movie was that 27 movie was so fucking trash. I just don't know.
I never saw it. I never watched it. I never brought myself to see it.
Oh, dude, you are. If you're a Power Rangers fan like I am, you're lucky. Because that movie,
I heard people like that movie. I think that movie
eventually killed the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank. I think that movie was so bad that he just couldn't take it, and he finally killed himself a couple of years ago.
Am I misremembering? I thought people liked that movie, the Power Rangers.
I never saw it.
So here's the thing. I don't know any. So I think in the same way as how there's a lot of diehard Star Wars fans or any fandom that will like anything that comes out. Yeah.
That makes sense.
They don't care of the quality of it. I think it's that because as someone who really enjoys the 95 Power Rangers movie, just like. I think that movie is so fucking fun. Yeah.
Secret of the Ooze is such a good fucking movie.
Dude, that movie is so fucking fun. The choreography's dope. The fucking suits are dope, dude. Like they started selling those toys at McDonald's or with the Happy Meals. They were so cool. I was like, here's an upgrade.
The clan outfits? I love them, bro. It was so good.
The ninja shit, dude.
I love the clan outfits. That's one of my the clan outfits,
yeah, the ninjas.
Ever,
they became, especially Tommy. He was just straight up literally a fucking Ku Klux Klan ninja. It was crazy.
I really thought that when I first saw the Ku Klux Klan, I genuinely for real thought they were Power Rangers.
No, you fucking
That is how innocent my little mind was. Because I was like, oh, they look like the Ninja Rangers.
That is fucking outrageous.
Because they look like them. They really do. Except for the hats, their hats are pointy. They're pointy.
They're not pointy, but I know what you mean. It's very reminiscent.
Even literally the embroiderments on them are similar.
You're wilding right now. I think
it does. You're crazy.
It's not that close, but I'm
gonna pull up the Red Ninja Ranger and I'm gonna pull up a Grand Wizard right now. You're gonna be like, damn. Okay, there's.
yeah. That's okay. That's the title of this episode: Red Ranger or Grand Wizard. And then you gotta which one's which. And see, I don't know. Some people might get that wrong. You're probably right. It's probably close enough to some people would be like, I'm not sure.
Especially for a fucking 6-year-old.
Oh man, but yeah. The 2017 Pirates movie was fucking ass, and that really bummed me out. Everything about it sucked. Everything. Goldar was ass. Yeah, what do you got?
Goldar was so bad.
So
I saw images and I was like, this is bad.
Before we move on to questions, I do want to bring this up because it is technically somebody wrote in about it, but I think we should mention it. Hayden Glass wrote in. He says, "How do you guys feel about J. Cole sampling a Meat Canyon video? He sampled Wabbit Season, which includes the voices of Meat Canyon, Brock Baker, and y'all's friend Mick, or Ice Pirate Lauer. Crazy shit." I heard about this and it blew my fucking mind. Because I was like,
so
what
here's the real question.
Why?
Here's the question. The person that sampled the beat, were they well, I'm sure the person that sampled the beat was aware of Meat Canyon. Was anybody else that worked on that show, on that song, aware? Like, was J. Cole aware that wasn't from an actual Looney Tunes? You know, because like it's literally just the beginning saying, "Be very, very quiet. We're hunting wabbits," or whatever. I'm hunting wabbits, which sounds like it can just be from a regular Looney Tunes. You know, right? Anyone that had Elmer Fudd in it. So is J. Cole or anybody?
Mick is what you call it. Mick is sampled at the middle, towards the end of the song, right?
He's like, a minute and 50 seconds in. Yeah.
He's like, I believe in you, son.
A minute and 51 seconds in, he's in there, and it's just like, what the? This is so crazy.
I actually didn't know about that.
Elmer Fudd is Brock Baker in the beginning. That's Brock Baker in the beginning.
100%.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And
obviously at the middle point, it's straight up this mixed voice, and I was like, ew. I know this guy.
Okay, the sun part. I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't even, because I didn't listen to the whole song. I listened to the beginning just to verify it, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then I just fucked up.
It's a good song, too, honestly. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's just, that whole situation is fucking funny, because, like.
So that's crazy.
Look, people are like shitting on J. Cole, right? Because it's like, it's just beef. It's the nature of beef. But it's like, he's just like, I did that shit because everybody told me to do it. I think he's a bitch for that. I didn't want to.
I think he's a bitch for that. I really.
Why is he a bitch for that?
Oh, easily. Because I understand people say recording an Instagram story or something or going live and saying some shit and they're like, fuck, I didn't mean all that. I'm sorry. But going to the studio, having shit mixed and mastered and dropping it and then coming out and be like, I didn't want to do that. Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
I think that's really stupid. I think that's really dumb.
Dumbest fucking thing ever.
I think what happens is this, right? Everyone, we get. I know I've definitely gotten into fights because I've been riled up before. You know, like I didn't want to do it. I had some inclination to do it, but like, you know, I got riled up and I did something I didn't want to do. Right. Now, these are music artists, right? This guy Kendrick just came for him, right? And I can understand how J. Cole can feel offended because J. Cole does deserve accolades, which I feel like he doesn't get very often as being a very talented artist.
He's also not like trying to get, because ego is, it's all about like, oh, you're like, say, we know ego makes being the best, like say me, no one would ever consider me the best in anything because I'm not trying to claim it. You know what I'm saying? And like say in a way that people that try to claim it have a better time of them being considered the best because they're in the conversation, people are talking to them a lot. Just like say we talk about NBA or something, Tim Duncan gets like not in the conversation at all because he's so quiet and so unassuming. But he's one of the best fucking players ever. You know what I mean? In that way, I think like I would call like Tim Duncan like a J. Cole in that way.
But the thing is that, so what happened is people are in his ear, right? The competitive nature, everything like that. His other rapping friends, all of them are like, yo, you know, you got to say something. What are you going to do? Blah, 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 blah. And then he goes and he records, right? And he records one song that is definitely a dig at Kendrick, which is not even that, it's not even a disrespectful of a song. Because Cole, what Kendrick said was like, there's no big deal. There's just me. I'm smoking to everybody else, blah, blah, blah. I'm better than you, right? And then he went and he put his thing out and he was like, I'm going to insult his books of art. And he's like, how can I insult these? These are very good pieces of music. And he got, because, you know, you calm down and you take your moments after you do something where you go and you get heated. And he looked back and he was just like, I don't even mean this shit. This is fucking stupid. And and he's public enough to be like, I said some shit like, I didn't really agree with.
You know how you said like you've gotten riled up and done things you didn't want to do in a way, but imagine this. Imagine you and somebody else having some street beef. And you're like, you're mad enough to the point that you want to throw blows. But what you do is you go home, you wrap up your hands, you get your gloves laced up, you fucking start warming up, and then you come back and then fight and be like, damn, why did I do that? You know what I'm saying? You went through this whole fucking process.
That happens though.
You go and you start your
fight. You fight somebody, and then afterwards, you're like, I really didn't.
Are you
need
literally
to do that.
not listening to me? What the? So you've laced up your gloves. You fucking fought somebody. You've gotten completely ready.
It's literally going back, preparing to fight, getting into the fight, and then after the fight's over, you're like, I didn't need to do this.
I've never done that. That's stupid as hell. The reason why I get into a fight right then and there is because my adrenaline's pumped up. By the time I've left, my energy is gone. I don't give a fuck anymore. But what happens is the time you're leaving to go away, right? Then you'd probably be able to calm yourself down. There are people still in your ear telling you what you have to do, what you should be doing. That's your fucking fault. In the same way I'd call J. Cole a dummy, I'd call somebody else a dummy for doing that. Where you've had time to calm down, and then you still were wilding, and then after it happened, now you want to play victim? Like, oh man, I'm like, bitch.
I mean, it's no victim. He's not playing.
It's totally. It's. He's saying this shit because he wants people to feel sorry for him instead of just owning up to it.
I think he just doesn't agree with what he did. He's like, I made a mistake. That it's not. I'm not acting like myself.
I just don't consider that a mistake. That amount of time of doing something, I don't consider that a mistake.
I think that's
it's calculated.
I think that's really hyperbolic, Derek.
I don't think that's hyperbolic at all.
I think it's him making a decision that he did something he did not feel he should have done, and he's openly being like, I did something I don't think I should have done.
I think
I don't care if people really think about it.
In the same way where, like, say, a lot of people have sexual encounters that after it's over, they're like, I shouldn't have done that. I totally understand that. But I still feel like in the same vein, yeah, but just still remember, the entire way you were completely conscious and you made the decision to do it
100%.
beforehand. So in the same vein, I am not giving you slack and being like, oh, you regret like what happened all that time before and all the lead up beforehand. And so, like, take responsibility for being a fucking dummy in that way.
100%. I agree. He has to take responsibility for it. He's not trying to, like, say other people made him do it. He still made the decision, you know?
Yeah, it's like but you were saying
that throwing a punch at somebody, right?
But you were saying that because everybody wants him to do it, that he gave in to peer pressure. And I'm just like...
Yeah, he did. Because that happens.
But over a long process of time... This wasn't just an instant reaction.
It was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks of people on his ass, and then he was like, "I made an album," and I'm like, "Oh man, I probably shouldn't have put that out."
That's crazy.
That happens.
That's crazy.
I don't think that's crazy. I think it's crazy that you think that's crazy.
No, not at all.
Because it happens to everybody.
It does not happen to me. I don't do shit.
Then you're perfect. I'm sorry.
I'm not perfect.
Then Derek, you fell from the skies in a cradle
you're
of light.
You're strawmanning. Why can't you have a regular conversation without strawmanning? That is not perfection, dummy. I just don't fucking methodically do something for a long time and then be like, oh, I regret doing this shit. It's like, if I've had a long time to think about something, it's like, say, putting out a tweet or something. If I'm thinking about it for too long, I'm like, bro, what am I doing? And then I just stop. Versus me being mad and then doing it right away, and then I'm like, fuck, what have I done? I can't believe I did that. I think
this has more context to it.
That had so much more, and I think it's even worse. Because it's just a lot of time to think about it, to reflect on it, to really be like, is this something that I really want to do? I don't want to do this. Having this back and forth with yourself sounds like you really don't want to do it. No one's forcing you to go in the booth, record the shit, have it mixed and mastered and dropped. That is such a long process and so much time for you to be like, nah, let's not do this.
But
it's crazy.
But you've never been like, hey, all right, I'm gonna do something stupid, right? Like I'm gonna beat my dick into the sink, you know, because I gotta get my nut off, right? And then more than halfway through jacking into the sink, you start coming. You're like, dang, I really drenched this whole sink full of cum. I shouldn't have done that. No, you're looking at this clogged sink full of cum. So you're like, damn, bro.
Here's the way that I would.
Really blasted this whole sink up.
Listen, in that scenario, hold on. In that scenario, this is the way that I would preface this scenario. If I was driving home from work, gridlocked, and I just kept thinking, man, I can't wait to bust in the sink. But then I'm also having thoughts like, oh man, I probably shouldn't. That's probably a bad idea. And then fucking an hour later you get home and then you bust in the sink. And then you're like, and it was like, you had plenty of time to think about it.
Let me previous. You're like, oh man, I know that my nut is really clumpy and it tends to clog the sink up. But I really, really love busting in the sink. There's something about coming in the sink that makes me really happy.
All right, let's move on.
And then you get there, and you come in the sink.
And
you know, and you're like,
let's get that.
My sink
more
is
questions.
And then you explain to the plumber, dude.
The plumber looks at you in disgust.
All right, let's go. Let's move on.
This is all you?
You did this? It's kind of impressive,
move on to
bro.
some other questions.
I ain't even mad.
Rest in peace, J. Cole.
Rest in peace, J. Cole.
I like his clothes or whatever. It's J. Crew.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, no, he owns Kohl's. J. Cole's owns Kohl's.
He does not. It's not supposed to say me at all. It's not supposed to say me at all. Do you know who J. Cole is?
That's why he made that song. It's for Cole's Cash.
Yeah.
Chris, do you know who J. Cole is? Like, can you point him out of a group?
James Jackoff
Yeah, no,
Coles?
I know who J. Cole is. Yeah.
Okay.
He's way more recognizable now with his fucking hair. Like,
I was simply making a little joke. Is what I was doing.
No, I was just wondering if you could point him out because you don't know many rappers.
I feel like J. Cole looks. I feel like J. Cole looks vaguely. I mean, outside of Jay-Z, who looks very distinct, I feel like J. Cole looks pretty distinct. You know,
because of his dreads.
That is the nicest thing you've ever said. Like, just
that is the nice way you've been
Jay-Z
rude before.
Looks distinct. That is a very nice way. Yeah, that's very nice. I like that.
Yeah, he's a distinct looking person.
Only he looks like him, you know?
Yeah.
He's the only human to ever look like him. That is true.
The fact that he married Beyonce Knowles makes me so mad.
It is.
He married Beyonce and cheated on her, bro. I hate this planet.
Jay-Z looks like he should be floating around Crash Bandicoot.
That's crazy, dude.
Let's move on. Okay, so Demon Days and Discovery, Daft Punk are some of the best and most influential albums of the 2000s. Prove me wrong. That's his name. It's his name, by the way.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably. I think you're. I don't know about influential. I don't know about influential. I think
probably because of Kanye. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Demon Days is the one he copied Stronger, right? From?
I would have to think about it because I really don't have that information on top of my head.
I wouldn't say they're the most influential albums. I would say that they're some of the biggest ones for sure. But like influential implies that they have like.
I would say
how could
best,
you not? How could you
biggest.
argue? How could you? How? I feel like that's only. I feel like that wasn't even in
the 2000s was like so many. There was so much like fucking like 1,000 Miles and like fucking punk shit. That kind of music, it was liked, but it wasn't like super like on Billboard and everything like that at that time.
I'm not necessarily saying on Billboard. I'm saying as a fact of like these have stood the test of time, which is different. Which isn't necessarily one-on-one with influential. I feel like influential needs like a lot. There needs to be a lot more coming out of Daft Punk for I don't know. That's whatever. That's his name. That's not the point.
Daft
says good.
Right, Daft Spunk or cunt.
He says, "Good tidings, hard in the paint, objectively." And Sween's. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. Sween's is the worst one by far. Please stop bringing the rest of us black folks down and expand your vocabulary, you thick-lipped, bug-eyed, nappy-headed chimp.
Jesus
God, I gotta fight you, bro. You gotta tell me who you are so I can fight you. I have to fight you. What is your ad on Twitter so I can look at your profile and tear you down as a person? What is it?
And you better have pictures of you, bitch. Like you better have pictures of you.
You better not be no pussy that's gonna say things like that and then not let me clap back at you.
Yeah, you can't. His profile picture is on Patreon is Big Kingpin from from Spider-Verse.
Oh, from Spider-Verse.
That's all we got.
But so bitch, I'm gonna get you.
But so listen. But so hold on. It goes on. This is funny. He says, as requested, an update. Now he changed his name, so you might not remember who this is. But he says, I came clean to my girlfriend about the sound of semen shortly after posting that question. I was miraculously saved by her generous sense of humor, though she sworn revenge against me and I will forever live in paranoia as a result. This is perfect. See, like you gotta lock this person.
I was just about to say this nigga's gonna fuck. I was just about to say you're gonna fuck her.
Listen. You have to lock this person. You have to lock this person down. You have to lock this person down. If because that she embarrassed herself in front of a room of her peers, and she forgave you. That's not nothing. If I've learned anything in my life, it's that you lock those people down. All right.
Yeah.
You get them. So congrats.
That's
congrats
crazy.
on that. You didn't
Sween,
get
I know
attacked.
what we're gonna do.
I'm not.
We're gonna get.
Look,
we're gonna get in
I think
contact.
you got
with her.
lucky because he was able to laugh it off, but at the same time,
Yeah, that's true.
It's like maybe like not lie, maybe like tell a joke and be like, haha, I'm kidding right afterwards when
Yeah. Same
Don't
day,
be like, ha ha ha.
Same day.
2 months later, it was a joke.
Yeah, don't do it again.
Because now because if I was in your girlfriend's class, I'm like, oh, this bitch is a retard.
Yeah.
That'd be then she's dumb.
But to be fair, they
This
probably
girl's
already.
slow.
To be fair, they probably already knew that. You know what I mean? This can't be like the only instance like she did something like insanely stupid. You know what I mean? Like
I feel bad because I don't know your girlfriend. I'm making fun of her.
we don't know her
She
at
did
all.
nothing
Anyway,
wrong.
She has good sense of humor. She's got to know everything's cool. But yeah, we're coming for your boy. That's facts. Like
He's right. He
you may
writes
be a
further.
widow pretty soon.
He writes further.
More.
There's more. There's more elements to this. This is a hefty question. He's getting his value. He's getting his dollar value for this. He says, "While I've got your attention, I work as a game developer, and while we were hanging out, a programmer friend of mine that's never seen this show got dangerously high and coincidentally pitched Gangsta Quest to me for 4 straight hours." Well, we have plenty of ideas such as homeless class that deals fentanyl-based crit damage.
No,
I wanted to request
page.
Sween and Derek. I think that's a fucking amazing, by the way. I wanted to request Sween and Derek get together and shit. You don't think that there should be at least one addict in Gangsta Quest?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be a homeless class. It
So
should
here's
be
the
an
thing.
addict class.
So here's the thing. I didn't.
The
so
addict
the way
class.
Real quick, the way that Gangsta Quest was set up was very simple. There wasn't the only goons in that game, and old school goons. Like I hate the new term ruins goons for me now.
Yeah, it's
like,
a shame. It's
now
a shame.
people are thinking of like people jacking off like crazy, and
Chronic
I'm
masturbating.
Coming under the ceiling, look at stalactites in their cum.
So the only goons that were going to be in it, because it was basically the main character was going to be like CJ, and he was going to be back in time in medieval times. And the only other goons that were going to be in there was when you would summon them, like a Final Fantasy summons. So you would have maybe like a drive-by summon. So there wasn't going to be like a class of like homeless people and like all these black fucking...
Summon.
Yeah, it was going to be shit like that. Not like, fentanyl.
awesome.
You do your
but
thing
like,
and wave your hand,
let's
niggas,
use-
and then they just swing by and they shoot up the block for you.
like it was I have the whole thing like I have a 40-minute podcast that I did with my friend of us talking it out. I need to unearth it and to hear all the ins and outs of it, but so
would it be more like See, when you pitched it to when we had this conversation before, I felt like it was more similar to Skyrim. When you were pitching
this is what I want. So this is what I wanted. I wanted a mixture of Skyrim and oh my god, San Andreas,
Final Fantasy.
So basically, well, the Final Fantasy was just stealing things from other stuff, right? So like I wanted to steal the summons from Final Fantasy, but not have it be. But you could say, oh, more like Final Fantasy in the more open world sense of like a 15 or something. But the idea of it.
So you're thinking he's thinking more Dragon's Dogma meets niggas. You're thinking more Skyrim's quest nature.
Yeah,
but
I want
it's just
more
niggas.
So I had the whole thing was plotted out with like, long story short, failed army guy, right? This army nigga. He's honorably discharged. He wasn't dishonorable, but he was just an average fucking whatever. He's a part of the Crips, whatever the fuck, or it could be a fake made up thing that's like the Crips, you know. Long story short, in the fucking medieval time that's going on, it's in danger. The wizard sucks dick of that time. He sees the king's going crazy, and he's like, I need to stop him, and he's gaining too much power. I'm gonna summons the most, like, a powerful warrior from the future that should have, like, so much infinite knowledge and should be able to easily thwart this nigga. But then his shitty magic just summons that guy. Just this average, and this, so he has to deal with him. So he summons this average dude that's an okay shooter who understands guns and a little bit of stuff. So then he gets magic. And he also just gets, with the help of blacksmith, and then he gets guns. He has he meets people from that time, so he's gonna have some like medieval people that are gonna start learning how to do some hood shit. But like, and then like he gets the magic, which is able to summon his niggas, like as like a drive-by or something like that. It was gonna be something like that, where the whole idea is
how much magic are we talking? How much magic are we talking?
Well, I was thinking of it in a sense that how you have magic in Skyrim, where it's like you have a meter, like, that does replenish. And then I was thinking of maybe something that is a little bit different, like that needs to be like focus in Dragon Age Inquisition, where it's like, here's your main attack, like your biggest thing that would be like a summons. So it's like you have this focus meter that builds up over time, something like that. That was, and it was going to be pretty simple. Like,
how high fantasy are we going? Like, are there dragons and shit?
Absolutely. If there's wizards, there's dragons. Like, okay, 100%.
There you go. All right,
like 100%.
That's how much
there's dragons
we're talking about.
Yeah, so like
we gotta go. We gotta figure out what is the cap of the magic possible. Because if this nigga goes back to Earth with magic afterwards, the world's over. That's it. He's gonna go back. He's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, guys, look what I learned. I was gone for 3 weeks. Look what I learned." He just summons a fucking meteor.
The sequel in. So there actually, okay, you know what? I'm misremembering something. So I did remember one part when he tried to go. So kind of like in the same vein, and I'll wrap this up real fast because maybe we should completely map this out in extra ammo. But I'll wrap this up real quick. When he thinks he destroyed everything, he thought he did everything, and he tries going home. This is like in the middle of the game with a twist. Actually, what happens? He ends up summoning more people, like Vatos and shit like that, and then they start taking over garrisons. So now that like the king is not the main boss, we thought he was. And then it turns out that they need to clean up the area with all these other like factions that start rising up and taking advantage of the magic in the area. And that's like the second half of the game. And so it becomes a whole thing of like learning the responsibility of magic and all this other shit. And then kind of taking that to the future and being like, I can't use it for bad. But we can also rework that. We can shop this, and literally I want this to be real. Like I want to at some point invest in this because I know this would be a fucking hit, even if it was just like 8-bit like sprite shit. If it was like some old, maybe not 8-bit, but like, fucking 24.
Yeah.
Like, if it was like some, I think it would be a fucking hit. I think like selling on Steam for like $20 kind of a thing. And
that sounds cool.
Bro, I'd play the shit out of this game. It's just taking it to the right people, I guess. I've never tried to shop it really. But yeah. Right. None of that fentanyl shit, man. That shit pisses. I hate when people like start getting like, let's do all these like, let's put crack in it and shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man.
No, you should, dude. You should.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's
see.
I
was thinking of it like Final Fantasy, where it's like you would do poison damage, and it would be like a fentanyl spell.
It would be fentanyl.
But
I mean, so I don't. It would be the only. So fentanyl could be something that you don't have, almost like say how there's like a blood mage, where it's like blood mage is like bad business. So there's like maybe somebody that has evil chemicals like that shit.
Or there's a healing potion, but you pick it up and it's like it's like fake or whatever. Like you come across like
this is raw
fake.
So
it's just raw fent.
Look, right. I'm okay with that. That's fine. If it's just pure negative effects from
class is too much. A class is too much.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right. Staingo Jenkins wrote in. He says, got to double dip here. On episode 220, you started talking about Geiger counters. Through means that I am unable to disclose, I was able to get one. Wild story. Later, I became concerned with the water quality in my parents' house. I insisted on a water test and found the uranium levels were 8 times greater than the acceptable amount. They bought a filtration system, so now it's fine. One day, there needs to be better connective tissues between these sentences, but I'll give you a pass. One day, I take the Geiger counter to one of the bathrooms I've been using since childhood, and the counter starts screaming the moment I bring it close to the toilet. I am now waiting for the ass cancer to consume me. That's scary as fuck.
So also, that is basically what you were saying.
It's exactly what I was saying. Like, it's exactly what I'm talking about.
Being paranoid about that happening or something.
That's why I could never. I would simply rather sit in an irradiated room and not know it. than be forced to like, oh man, now I have a Geiger counter and now I know. Now it's on me to leave and figure this shit out. Too much.
Yeah, that is true.
That would fuck my night up, bro. That'd fuck my week up.
It's definitely something that I feel like I'd have to. It makes me feel like I should do a better job at just trying to protect my body from certain elements, certain things that you always hear. Like I know. Speaking of, it's funny. I just watched that Alex Jones documentary, and I remember he was one of those people that would sell potassium iodide because when Fukushima exploded, like, and he was like, "Oh, the radiation has hit the Pacific Bay. You guys gotta take potassium iodide to protect your thyroid." And I was like, "What? What's happening?" And then so I just looked it up real fast on Google. Not Google, on YouTube. And funny enough, what was his name? Thunderfoot. That guy came up and he was like doing the science, and he was like, no. He's like, no. He was like, no. It's fine. It's not blowing up. And then it was exposed on the documentary. His people were going out to the Pacific, going to like San Francisco and shit, and testing the water, testing the coast. And all the Geigers were coming back normal, and they were reporting it normal. And then Alex Jones was furious. He was so pissed that it wasn't and the readers were higher, because obviously he couldn't make any sales off of that. But I'm sure he still made sales anyway. I'm sure he still figured out a way.
Alex Jones,
dude, it's crazy. I was like, dude, it's fucking crazy of that. How rich you can just get off of just saying whatever. It literally doesn't have to be even remotely true. It's kind of crazy. He's
such a fuck, dog. He's such a dumb fuck. And he's so heavily affected people's lives, and this is like, I didn't know what I was doing. It wasn't like that. It wasn't what you think. It didn't end up the way you think. It's like, motherfucker, you are a monster. You are a terrible person.
Bro,
Alex,
while he was in court, he was doing his broadcast, and it was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type shit. Like, he didn't even remember what happened. He'd be on his broadcast saying like the horrible shit, like, oh yeah, I think one of the victims, the guy that he was going to face in court, I think he's kind of slow. I think he's like autistic. And then there was a picture of the judge just in flames. And then she saw it and she was looking at it like, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, yeah, but see, people don't understand. I was saying that you were burning freedom of speech or something. Like, yeah, you're just trying to cover for it. I'm like, dude, you know they're going to see this. How are you doing this? I don't understand.
He's gone, bro.
Dude, it's incredible.
What service is that documentary? I haven't seen it.
Max. So it's on Max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just type in the Truth versus Alex Jones, and it was really it's a fascinating documentary. It's also sad because you get to hear the accounts of the parents talking about how their kids got Swiss cheese, and I'm like, dude, that's bad.
You get Swiss the fuck up, man.
Just straight up, dude. I love Swiss cheese.
Anyway.
So good.
Getting wet with pretzel fucking by some guy that had a tough day at school. And he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to this fucking middle school and bother these children I've never seen before. That's the valid argument. That's valid.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Fine, electrify.
Shoot children.
Fine, electrify mine, electrify my homo cockroach. And he says, hey, fellas, the other day, Hoobastank and Chumbawamba both came on the radio on my way to work. And it just had me wondering, what do you think is the gayest name for an artist or band? I love that that's the question that came to your mind after you heard Chumbawamba and Hoobastank.
I mean,
can I say? I have to say this. I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer to this question. I just love that that's the thought process that led to there.
Because it's valid though. It really is valid. Because now that you say that, I'm like, wait, is there any name stupider than those names? That's pretty good.
Chumbawamba is pretty stupid.
So I got to ask
Chumbawamba's
Doug.
Stupid, but Hoobastank is very fucking dumb.
Hoobastank is absolutely stupid, and one thing I learned this. Well, I never looked it up before, but I got to talk to Doug, the singer and the guitarist of Hoobastank. They were doing their like 20th anniversary thing or whatever, and I got to talk to them with this guy Brian from Rockfeed. And I asked them because I remember they were doing an interview for K-Rock. The radio station would do this weenie roast thing. They would have all these rock bands. And Hoobastank came on, and they asked, of course, what the fuck does your name mean? And they said there was like some giant retarded jock in high school that would just yell that name, the word, Hoobastank. And it just stuck with them that they just kept that as their band name. So I asked them, I was like, hey, I heard this when you guys were on the radio. Is this true? And they were like, no, literally every single time anyone asks us what the name is, we make up something different on the spot. And I was like, that's fucking...
That's awesome.
That's crazy. I was like, I had no
idea. I
idea.
actually love that. They're doing the fucking Heath Ledger Joker thing. They're just making up fake backstories for the name. I love that though. That's actually, that redeems it a little bit in my eyes, but it's still a terrible name.
It's an awful name. I get knocked down.
So stupid.
I get up again.
I feel like coming up.
Down. I just got.
Is that the
I got Down syndrome.
I have the Downs.
But then
No going up again.
You're never gonna keep me down. My syndrome's down, but I get up again.
My syndrome's
No, he would never.
My
He would never.
syndrome's
He would
down.
never.
My
He would never get up again.
Down.
There is no
My
up again.
syndrome's down, and I can't get up again. Damn it! Yeah. Cannot get up again.
It's over.
You're always gonna keep me down. My syndrome's down. That's amazing, dude. That is so much better than like a gay, like making a gay version of that. Like the Down syndrome version of that song is so much better.
My syndrome's down.
I
But
love
get up
that.
again.
Just hearing all those. What are they? British? Irish? What the fuck are they? What are those people?
There's something.
There's something because they have that. You know. Oi.
Wait. So we got a good one. We got a good one here by Randeep Kang.
Okay, go ahead.
Randeep Kang says, "Sup, eternal 13-year-old, Mr. Always Wrong, and Chris." Since dipshit said that Assassin's Creed 2's story was so stupid, you guys should make your own Assassin's Creed 2 plot, like the Gears of War movie you guys made on Extra Ammo. Not a bad idea at all. I don't even know why. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't think of doing something like that with, because Ezio Auditore would be like a fucking fun character to
we'll do.
Make our own stupid version of Assassin's Creed 2 with. I think he should meet everybody. He should meet. Yeah, that'd be a good extra ammo.
But
He should meet the real Mario as well.
The literal Super Mario, 100%.
Yeah, he should meet.
He should have been in the Mushroom Kingdom for a solid portion of it. He should be in the Mushroom Kingdom for a solid portion.
I like it.
That might not be a bad idea.
I like it a lot.
There should be a Wario version of Ezio, where his name is Metzio.
Metzio, I hate that so much.
Or Wetzio.
Wetzio. Wetzio.
His name is Wetzio.
Wetzio. That's good. Wetzio Wauditore Waferenze.
Waffle and he's just Ezio in purple, and he's stupid.
He's stupid.
No, it's real Ezio. It's real Ezio in purple overalls and like the purple hat. He's got it's straight up. It's straight up just Wario or Waluigi or whatever.
Yeah,
that's great.
I think that shit is silly. Everybody got mad at me when I said that. I was like, I'm sorry. I think the fact that it's write a cool Italian character. All right, he's an assassin. He's in Italy. He knows Da Vinci. He there's some guy named Mario in it too.
I don't know. I think it's still very silly that, because the thing, it wasn't even the point that it's not stupid. The point is that it's not uniquely stupid or any stupider than the things that you don't think are stupid. That's kind of the problem.
I think a lot of things are stupid. I enjoy a lot of stuff, but a lot of things I enjoy I think are fucking dumb.
Right.
Like my favorite hero is Spider-Man. Spider-Man as a concept is fucking retarded. How is someone as smart as Peter Parker still that fucking poor? That is outrageous.
Well, that's not the concept of Spider-Man. That's the concept of Peter Parker. The concept of Spider-Man is the guy who swings around and does. Yeah, but
I think Spider-Man is stupid too. Yeah. I think Spider-Man is stupid because of the fact that that people still think he's a menace, even though he's doing all that good shit. And then at the same time, he doesn't kill his villains, so villains can go kill people again. Like, that's all so dumb. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love
Spider-Man can't figure out how propaganda works. Like, he can't just do propaganda of his own and make
exactly. This motherfucker's taking the pictures himself.
Threaten JJ.
Or beat the fuck out of J. Jonah Jameson to be like, nigga, I'm saving people. If you print something stupid about me again, I'm throwing you out of a window, or I'm not gonna save you.
Like, you're getting in the way of me doing my job. Yeah, like, exactly. You want to do your job well, and then this nigga's like just profiting off of your misery and your misfortune. I would threaten to be like, dude, if you do this one more time, like if you even print that I threatened you, I'm going to kill your family. It's that simple.
No, I'd be like, I'm not gonna kill your family, but I know fuck shit's gonna find you, and I'm not gonna save you.
All right, I would just have Rhino rape him or something. I'd be like,
Rhino.
I'd lead a fight over to his house.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh no, JJ! Oh no, the Rhino's coming!
Boom. While he's on the while he's taking his shit, he's on the fucking toilet.
Just ripped into pieces. Ripped into pieces.
You know what's even scarier about that, though?
Everywhere.
What's even scarier about that, though, is that Peter is smart enough to get away with something like that, in the sense that, like, oh, Rhino's fighting me. I'm fighting Rhino. I know where J. Jonah Jameson lives. I can just fight Rhino and get him over to J. Jonah Jameson. Literally. And then, oh no, J. Jonah Jameson's dead through no fault of my own. Oh no. He got trounced by a rhino. But imagine spitefully leading a rhinoceros towards somebody's house. Like, that's awesome. So great. That is so out of pocket. Holy fuck.
It's all dumb, dude. It's all dumb.
Of course.
The fact that Spider-Man's still even Spider-Man. It's like, the moment Miles shows up, nigga, I'm gone. I'm like, bet you're literally just better than me. I'm gonna go on vacations. I'm gonna take my job seriously. I'm gonna get my degrees I can get in 2 weeks because I'm a genius. And I'd go fucking, it's all dumb, dude. It's all so stupid. The only superhero that makes sense really is like having someone like Superman exist, because Superman is just better than us in every way. Let him solve the problems and hopefully lead us to a better future.
The fact that he just exists as a humanoid far away and can have all magical powers because of the sun is fucking absolutely stupid. What are you talking about?
It's insane too, but like, that's hey, man,
there's nothing. There is no good examples, really. There is no
Batman.
Good examples.
Batman. I guess Batman's feasible. I can see Elon Musk if he was a little more autistic doing shit like that.
No, we already talked about that. Him getting killed night one.
He would get killed. Yeah, he would get killed. One. Don't get me wrong. Somebody would hit him with a baseball bat in his exposed jaw area, and he'd get fucked from there. Someone lines it up.
That's exactly what would happen. He's just fucking bleeding profusely.
His teeth he's got more teeth than he should have. Like, his teeth fall out, and then like a whole nother set of teeth fall out again. You're like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you?
I would love that. Somebody convince him to do that. Like, dude, Elon, you're strong and awesome and amazing. You could easily be Batman. He's like, you know what?
Yo, we should start tweeting at him every day.
You should, like, dude,
every day tweet at him. You should become Batman. Like, you can totally fucking do it. You can totally, and we're the ones that do it. We're the ones that get him.
Yeah. We're the ones that get him. He goes, the suit up.
I think,
and have you seen his chest?
Now that you mention it. Now that you mention it.
Yeah. I should do it.
I think.
Have you seen his chest? Do you remember that? Remember him on the yacht? Like how his
chest looked like a board.
Like, imagine what you'd look at in a bat suit, dude.
Broad.
Did you see? What was it? Was it who drew it? Was it Rob Liefeld?
Yeah,
like Captain America.
Captain America.
he would totally look like that. And then just get the piss beaten out of him the first fucking hour. He would try to stop it. Like,
beat to shit.
Next question.
All right.
Next question.
I'll be the Batman.
I don't want to set my ass on fire. I just want to see a really big fart. Is that I don't want to set the world on fire? Is that what that is?
I think so.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb. Anyway, he wrote in. He says, do you guys think you could, parentheses, not would. So not would. Do you guys think that you could enjoy an orgy? No.
No,
I don't think so. I think there was a time. There was a time where I was younger. I was curious enough to potentially like, yeah, maybe. But like, I've evolved. I'm just
yeah, definitely. In the scenario, like even in the scenario, let's just say the scenario that it's just clones of my wife. And like me, and it's like that crazy scenario of that ratio of an orgy, like complete fantasy bullshit that would never happen. Even in that sense, I think I would just be overwhelmed, and it would make me tired immediately. Just thinking like, oh, I'd be tired before like knowing, oh, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of fucking work, dude. Like it's not.
Yeah,
I'm good with just
it's a fucking hassle.
It's a lot of work, dude.
It seems like a hassle. Yeah,
I can barely run a mile without feeling like I'm like I'm in really bad shape right now, and I can't imagine like trying to even a threesome sounds fucking overwhelming, dude. Like it's just that's an orgy sounds like everyone's fucking around you, and then they're probably swapping and all this crazy shit's going on. At least I imagine that's the point of an orgy. Otherwise, what is the point? You just random people doing fucking? Is that what that is? Because otherwise, I'm like, why the fuck would I want that? Why would anybody want that? Like, what's the what? Like, I would assume the point of an orgy is like swapping people or something.
Right. That's what you would assume.
Yeah. So
my
ace
thing is I don't like people touching me. That's the thing. I don't like people touching me. I don't like it. I hate people touching me in general. So I think that situation would drive me insane because I really like even my girlfriend. Like at nighttime, she like wants to touch my face. I'm like, hey, stop, please. I don't like this.
Yeah, I understand. I don't even like JoJo's blanket touching me. That shit fucking like. First of all, she like generates heat like fucking the Human Torch.
Well, she needs to. She's from the fucking Caucasus areas.
Yeah.
Where they need heat, or else they'll fucking perish.
So it's just like fucking disgusting. Even when like I can feel some of her heat on the blanket and touches me, and I'm like, this is gross. It's so hot. But yeah. So I can't imagine. Yeah, a bunch of that. Everything about that sounds. If I was younger, I think the milestone of it would have been because when I was younger, I was like a Thanos type of like milestone collector thing. That was pretty much all I cared about. It wasn't like, oh, but then as I got older, I stopped giving a shit, and then the accolades were only for me. Nobody really knows the stuff that I've done in a way because it would only impress like a teenager in high school. Like, you're so cool.
Exactly.
Oh, look how many girls you fuck. Like, who gives a fuck? So it's like you get to a certain point. It's like no one cares at all.
Yeah, like my avarice as a child would have led me to attempt it.
Yeah.
My greed would have led me to attempt it. And then afterwards, I would have felt just unclean in the eyes of the Lord and the planet.
The eyes of the Lord.
I'm like, I took my freshly fucked penis out of one girl and put it in another girl. I am trash.
Yeah.
I am trash.
Yeah, I've never done that. That's actually there have been some opportunities, and you know what? One thing that really sealed the deal for me was when my friend told me about his experience that he did. He was smashing this one girl regularly, and then she was like, "Hey, you want to bring in my other friend?" And he was like, sure." And then so when he started, that night when he started putting the moves on the other friend, the other girl actually got really upset and ran into the bathroom and started crying, and he was like, "What the fuck? This was your idea." And I
heard that story, but I heard a story like that before.
The reality is that people can't. I don't know. Like, maybe not people. Like it's a rude generalization. Obviously, like there are some people who can, but like more often than not, people are going to find themselves in that situation, and someone involved in that situation will not be able to handle it. Someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a pretty high chance that it's going to be one of them. And look, man, I don't know, man. I've had opportunities that I've skipped on. And I'm just like, I'm not doing this. I remember specifically once. I remember specifically once where it was like I had it. Everything was like lined up. And then the night came, and then she was walking out of the bar, and my partner at the time, it's like she looks a little drunk, like too drunk, like she's like stumbling around. Oh yeah, this ain't happening. I'm not getting involved with anything like this. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's and then in high school,
happened to me.
In high school, I had a similar thing, but that was straight up bitched out. I was like, I'm not doing this. It was college. It was like the first year of college. I was like, dude, I just no chance in hell I'm doing this.
No thanks. You would have caught something.
Yeah, I just started doing this. I just started doing this regularly. I'm not about to like advance to this level. Like
that's how
off the bat, like no chance.
There's too much to like it's avarice, right? It's just like all this shit we see.
It
like,
is
yeah,
greed,
you want to do that, and then you get to the point, and you're like, I got so scared. I called one of my friends. I was like, "Yo, dude, I think I can't do this, man." And he's like, "Just don't do it." And I was like, "All right, man." I was not gonna do it, and I didn't do it.
Your relationship with sex is a little, man. You got scared. Like that's a little.
I feel like because that's so much. That's not just one person. That's a whole nother dimension of being added to the situation for me. And I was like, I can't do this right now, man. I gotta. Not right now. Yeah. Not right now. I'm 19 years old, bro.
Like, do you mean like nervous and not like scared? Because I feel like those are two different things.
It was nerve. It was severe. It wasn't like dread. Totally it wasn't dread.
Okay, that's totally.
It was just severe
that's very different.
Nerves.
Scared to me is very different from being like really nervous or really anxious or something. You're like, fuck, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I get that. Even like the sometimes the look at me so my experience is a lot different from yours because I'm a short man. but I'm also black, and because I'm black, a lot of women probably expected me to have like impossibly big penises like in porn. And so there's already me having this psychological thing I have to deal with am I even going to be am I going to be inadequate because of what they're expecting of me? Luckily, I didn't have, like, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't noticed anything like that happen to me. But it's always in the back of my head that I'm like, I'm sure some of these bitches want to smash thinking that they're going to get this gorilla fucking horse hog or something. And then they're just going to get, like, a decent-sized penis, but they wanted, like, some crazy fucking rain stick. And I'm like, so there would be times where if I'm gauging that, I'm like, I don't even know if I want to smash or something because I don't want to get in this awkward situation where they're like, oh, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm totally cool with that, but it's, I was expecting, I'm like, well, fuck you. Fuck you, and then I'm all hurt and I'm screaming and crying and running away with my pants down and shit.
I've never had any really bad situations where I'm like, it's just like people, I don't know. I feel like most of my sexual endeavors were just never like, I've had bad ones, but like, it's like, all right, that was bad. We'll work on it, I guess.
Let me ask you something, you guys. Would you, if you were able to know what all your sexual partners were thinking about your sexual performance, would you want to know? Like, if you were able to, like, some type of crystal ball shit or whatever, reading people's minds, would you want to know, like, the honest truth of how they feel about you as a sexual partner? Or are you good with how you feel now? Like, you're like, nah, you wouldn't mind?
I think I'm pretty confident about my sexual endeavors so far. Yeah. The first few ones are going to be really embarrassing because the first few ones, because they were bad. They were bad for even bad sake. They were like bad. But like after a while,
was just mashing against the pussy. It's not even in.
I was just slamming it against it, and seeing what happened. And I would just hit against it again, and I would just hit against
hot.
it.
That's hot, dude.
And then eventually I'd come.
That's a wild. Just immediately. Eventually, you're like, yeah, he was that good, baby.
Yeah, did you like that? Yeah. Did you like that? Me slapping your tummy with my penis. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, no, man. Orgies are out of the question. Yeah. I think just generally, like, I don't know. There's a brief period. There's a brief period of time where I probably would have thought about doing it for the story, and for no other reason than just the story. But like, even that's just
gem
like
collecting.
Not even the gem collecting. Just like because my thought is. Look, I don't believe it. I don't believe that there's life after you die. Like I believe this is it. So for me, I'm like thinking it's like, oh well, it would behoove you to have as many experiences as possible,
right?
And so for me, I'm thinking like, yeah, maybe. But then like I know myself well enough to be like, if that situation ever occurred, I would just think myself into a position where I'm just like, oh well, no, this is not me. This is not where I want to be or where I belong. There's no story here that I'm going to enjoy having. So, like, there's no point, really, in it. But, yeah, no way. No shot. Thanks for writing in.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What?
Oh, we're setting up the orgy tomorrow.
Have fun, guys. Yeah. You guys have a great time.
I'll make sure you guys are invited. I'll be the puppet master.
What if some dude comes on you? Another thing I gotta worry about. What if somebody's fucking? What if there's a shooter? You catch a straight blast in the cheek.
I would go to an orgy if I could be like a sports commentator, and I could be like, there goes what's her face with the giant vagina walking into center field.
Speedy Rick again is back in the fight. He was gone for 3 minutes. The charge back. Speedy Rick's back out there.
He went back to get some Gatorade, and now he's back.
This guy's a fucking phenom.
You're saying this, and I guarantee. I am positive there is a Japanese game show with this exact thing.
Yeah. I bet.
Like 100%. Yeah. And I want to watch it because
it's not a game to them, though.
It's like a certified serious sport with like fucking a whole athletic commission and shit. They fucking take this shit seriously, dude.
That is what happens when you're on an island on your own for so long, bro. You develop, and then you get nuked. That's what happens.
then you get nuked. There's the secret recipe. That's what you're missing.
Do you think anime would have existed? Do you think anime would exist without the invention of the nuke?
No, in the way that it existed, because the cartoons that they had before was not like it wasn't there. And as soon as they got a whiff of that radiation, it kind of started. You started to see it. You started to see like
oh. That was bad. That was really bad. I don't like that I did that. That was fucking. That was
fucking amazing. I need somebody to draw you doing that, dude, as like an anime guy. Like,
whoa, that was
the background
bad.
all green or like whatever the fuck, and one of those like steel, like, oh.
I'll try. I'll tell you what. Give me the freeze frame. Give me the freeze frame, and I'll paint it.
Let's not do that.
Dude.
Let's not.
Yes.
Oh man,
Sweeney son, I love it. I
feel like that's such a racist thing I just did. I feel really bad.
It is a racist. It is. Listen, Kingston. What you've done is racist. You because you are a racist individual. But
I'm not racist, bro.
Just embrace it, man.
Kingston, you are racist.
I'm not.
And I don't even think that's like a bad thing necessarily for you. You're racist. It's fine.
What the fuck do you mean for you?
For you, I mean, like there are worse things that you could be.
Me in particular, or like in general?
You specifically. No, you specifically. There are worse things you could be.
I'm not a racist, bro.
I remember you did a Japanese.
You are probably the.
You did a Japanese impersonation of Jay-Z, and I didn't do it. It was just you. It was just you, 100%. Nobody look at don't dig it up. It was just him.
I was gonna do it just now, but I chose not to.
I would have loved it because it's one of my fondest memories for some reason. Funny enough, I was just thinking because that happened because of us talking about AC/DC and them being.
Did I really do that?
Well, yeah, it was a whole little bit. Like we were talking about AC/DC. And how they're from Australia.
I remember that, but I remember making a racist Jay-Z. That sounds so funny.
That's like Jay-Z being from Japan. Like it was so that's how shocking it was. And then it turned into sweet. You know, you know exactly what it turned into.
Was it H to the Izzo, but it was with a Japanese accent?
No, it was. There was a few different things. I know there was actually. I know there was.
I think it was that.
You gotta get that dirt off your shoulders. You better, and then tears. I remember you saying "tears on the mausoleum floor." I remember you saying that. I remember you saying that in the most racist fucking voice ever. It was so nice. It was so nice.
I'm not gonna do it again, but
like
it's funny.
Is that not the only voice that you could do probably publicly and? You probably.
Why do you have that image of that? That looks like me and it doesn't look like me at the same time.
That's
which
crazy.
Is insane.
That looks like when Lily does that. Those things when Lily
the
she like takes
thing.
Up. Yeah. Because
why do you have that, Chris?
Because I try to practice drawing by drawing my friends.
Well, yeah, you drew the worst image of me. I look like a dog in that image.
All right, draw Zach and Michael from Smiling Friends.
Okay, here I did it.
Oh, that was amazing. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good.
Isn't that guy that's the fuck up? What's his name?
His name's Bryle.
Yeah, Bryle. He just sucks.
I've actually been trying to like get better at it. Like act sincere. Those are all jokes, but I'm trying. So I'm gonna paint that outline of you looking fucked up. I'm gonna paint that. I'm gonna try and make it like a genuine painting, and try to make it like as good as I can possibly make it.
Shirt. I think that should be merch, and it should say something under it. I don't know what though.
So I was
scumbag or something. I don't know. Just say.
Fuck you. It's an image of me that says scumbag. You fucking piece of shit.
Yo.
You asshole.
Leave in the comment in the comment section if you want that as merch. Use that
no,
picture of Sweetie
don't
and it
do
says
that.
Scumbag.
Do it.
Scumbag. That is so fucked. Oh my god.
Obviously, you would only know what we're talking about if you have the access to the video feed. So wait 100%. Until you see the video feed. I can't describe what I just showed to them outside.
I'll clip it out on social media for once. I don't use social media.
So what happens is this, right? I remember what I was gonna say because I just got so turned off by you fucking calling me a
fuck you.
scumbag.
You interrupted. Listen, let's move on. Let's get out of here.
It's so disrespectful.
I love
You
that.
there gotta be images of you guys like that. I have an image of Chris that'd be perfect for his shirt.
Sure.
And Chris
Look,
knows the one
there will be
talking
images
about.
of everyone.
I
we'll
love that
figure it
image.
out later, but yours organically.
Derek, there has to be a
just-
fuck image of you. You post dumb images. You don't post fucked versions of yourself. That's why you post silly ones.
It is. Look it. I am down for there to be all of us. It just has to be organic, like how it happened with yours. This was an amazing moment, and I'm like, I want this shirt badly. Like, I want to wear it.
You know what that moment was? Lily asked me a question, and I turned to her, and for some reason, my face looked so weathered that it turned into that, and she just took a picture instantly, and she was like, "Look, Bubs," and it was just that is.
I want to say scumbag under it.
That is so fucking crazy. Guys, please don't say yes to that, because if they say yes, they're gonna do it. I really don't want them to do that.
But you already know it's gonna be the bestseller.
I know it's always me. It's always a dumbass image of me.
We're gonna have all this
Dude,
beautiful
one of my
art.
coworkers got the fucking shirt of Chris where he blew my fucking brains out, and she came into work with it. And I was like,
shit.
no.
That's fucking awesome.
I was like, no.
That's awesome.
It's because I have an expressive face, and I hate it.
That's so fun.
My face tells stories, but not good
literally,
ones.
That was, I mean, yeah, that one with the hole in your head. That one actually didn't do well at all. So that's what surprised me about that. Was that somebody came in with that shirt at all, because that sold like 10 maybe. I think it
might have all been her.
Like, the likelihood of that. Yeah, the 3 Sween moon, the one with 3 of you looking up at the moon was a big one. That was like I remember that but that was also just like a really good shirt because it was like an all over print. I never really did one of those.
Yeah,
Very well designed.
Yeah. I was happy with it, but but that on a shirt with scumbag underneath it would be. Or honestly, anything underneath it. I kind of want to put put that face up with like various band names underneath it, like just like Nirvana's logo or like you know,
I
like
like
something.
I like it.
Just like I've never seen that album,
but I do want my scumbag one. I want it in the Supreme logo. You know, like how Supreme is. I want it with the red and the white, and I want to say scumbag.
Scumbag. That would be good. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, dude, I see it. I was like, I want to wear this shirt. I want to wear this shirt. People, you're gonna go to like Starbucks or whatever. And people are like, what is that shirt? Like, because I never realized how inquisitive people were about shirts until I started wearing like really fancy stuff, or like I started wearing some Alienware shit, and then people would be like asking me all the time, like, "Oh, where'd you get that from?" And I'm like, "Oh, usually because I guess I'm just wearing like a band tee or something over it, like a hoodie." And so yeah, people like are fucking. They're gonna ask about that and they're gonna want it. They don't care what it is.
I like that. Elvis Alien has that pink and white hoodie that I really like. I left it in New York though. It's a shame. Also, it's about to be
There's
fucking
another
sweltering
image
in
of
LA.
me. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's another fucked image of me.
yeah.
That's not as bad. That's not as bad as the other ones.
No, the other one. I look like a human in that one. In the image that you sound like a dog.
You look like you know who you look like in that image. What's that Muppet? The shrimp Muppet.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what you mean. Yeah, you do look like that thing.
He has like the French accent. I think if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen
we're thinking of different things now. I thought you were talking about that Mimi thing. It just says me. Are you talking about that thing?
No. He's like a shrimp. Hold on, wait. Shrimp Muppet. Yeah. Pepe King Prawn. Pepe the King Prawn.
I was thinking.
You look like.
Let me see.
I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking about.
I was thinking of Beaker.
Yeah, you're thinking of Beaker. Yeah. He looks like a mix of Pepe and Beaker to me.
What's his name? Pepe. What? What is it? Pepe
the
King
King Prawn. But if you Google Pepe Muppet, I'm sure it'll.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I see that.
Yo, that character never once registered to me as a kid as a fucking shrimp, by the way.
Yeah,
I only knew that as an adult.
I literally just
found out later on.
I found out from you right now.
What?
I don't know what the fuck that thing was, dude.
I found out from you right now.
I looking at it, I'm like, what? That's not. There's no way that would signify. I mean, that's
it's a
fucking
puppet.
shrimp.
It's a puppet. It's artistic liberty. One thing I will say: when are we going to have the balls to make a movie with a Muppet again? And I don't mean make a Muppet movie. I mean, I want to see a movie where there is a Muppet and he is cast as a character in the movie. I want Kermit the Frog as the actor. As a character in a movie that has nothing to do with the Muppets at all. When are we going to have the balls to do that?
That is too ambitious. Like 12 Years a Slave, one of the slaves is like fucking Fozzie Bear.
Maybe
he's like, waka, 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 massa, waka, waka.
Oh, my God.
What if you saw Cousin Skeeter in 12 Years a Slave?
Man, I was just rocking out to that theme song not that long ago.
Cousin Skeeter, that's where some of them.
I can't watch Disney
Cousin Skeeter
on Nickelodeon anymore.
Yeah, Cousin Skeeter actually had. That's where one of the pedophiles came from. Was on set for Cousin Skeeter.
Is that for real?
That's real. That is actually real. I don't remember which one, but like there was somebody came from that set.
Because none of the black kids got pedophiled. I'm pretty sure. I think they all dodged it.
He was like skeeting on Cousin Skeeter. Was that what's happening?
Busting on him. Now put your hand in the puppet after I've cummed on it.
The puppet is filled with cum.
Yo, that's fucking heinous.
That's his classic move. Because there's a lot of cuts. There's a lot of jump cuts because you see the cum leaking out, and then they have to like clean it up and then keep shooting.
What a fucking inefficient! What a horribly inefficient way to run a set. It's just like, listen, just do what you can. Listen, it's part of the creative process. We have to fill the puppet with cum. If cum leaks out, we will simply cut and edit around it. Sorry.
There's a lot of fucking ADR too.
That grows the best editor. It's really insane, but it also develops the best editors ever. They are so good at cutting. All right.
It's like the hyperbolic time chamber for editors. Being on Cousin Skeeter, having to edit around all that cum. All right, let's move on. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It was getting in a
Thanks
weird
for listening. Thanks for listening. I don't even think we said welcome to the show, but whatever.
This podcast.
Cummy Skeeter. This is the name.
Good old Cousin
Skeeter.
Come in and Cousin Skeeter.
I'm gonna read the $25 up patrons now. Thank you for popping up over. Thank you guys for popping in and listening to the Snark Tank. Patreon.com/Snark Tank. Remember, you can go there and fucking get a bunch of shit. I don't know. This episode's a mess. Let's get the hell out of here.
These are the best episodes.
Count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Sweeney's taste buds were ruined by fermented dick cheese. Guys, I think recording stopped, like for real. Raging cancer. Miguel O'Hara's transmask pussy killing big ounce.
Excuse me.
I'm not pitching you songs. I'm speaking my heart. The in my end guy. P. Diddy. Oh no, P. Diddley. Turian pussy is in this life or the next. Steve, separate but equal shives. I forgot about him.
That's crazy.
I wonder what he's doing.
He does Star Trek reviews.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it was weird. I found out recently, actually.
Neon wants to fuck a kid's butthole wholesome. Wipe me down because I'm covered in cum, little boozy. Jack, the world's fastest Maori, on a recent episode of Snark Tank. The boys discussed MSG. To learn more, visit e621.net. Don't do that. Whatever that is, I don't trust it at all. If you can't phonetically say it, don't click it. I don't want to set my ass on fire. I just want to see a really big fart. Big meaty stinks. Andy the man whose handies are S tier and dandy. Streaking at a kindergarten football game. That's crazy. That's ending of Fight Club. That's so insane. The ending of Fight Club, except it's streaking, by the way, is such an insane thing. That was ever a thing at all.
Yeah.
People really did not have an idea that
sluts.
People really really didn't understand the permanence of video media somehow. Like they had to know
because it wasn't permanent until it was permanent.
I mean, you say that, but like people were watching movies from the 30s in the 70s and 80s. So like the idea that like you streaking at a football game would just be gone the day after is so insane. Anyway, the ending of Fight Club, except it's Sweeney at the top of a skyscraper drinking piss. Heath Smoker, Chris's gay college experience, walking penis, Tariq Nasheed's secret white gay lover, the boy in the striped Supreme. Homeless trans femme who comes. Sweeney sucks penis through his tooth gap. How about I riz my foot up your gap, broccoli head?
Damn,
That's impressive.
Lil Yoo-hoo gobbling fiberglass. What? Like, what the fuck? Lil Yoo-hoo gobbling fiberglass like cotton candy. Yo, that's crazy.
Is that a new
fucking
SoundCloud rapper? I
fiberglass
don't
cotton
understand.
candy? I don't know.
it's just
Eating
cut his mouth
fiberglass?
up bad.
Eating fiberglass like cotton candy is so, that's so crazy.
Good luck.
God damn. It
That's
looks
a
so
creature.
delicious, though. It looks
He's
so
a Yoo-hoo
like,
drinker too, so he can chew through concrete, so he's fine.
dude, fiberglass insulation looks so yummy. It's crazy. But
Forbidden cotton candy. What's up?
it is. It looks like it's inviting you to eat it. It really is wild.
Do you guys remember the forbidden honey? When you would see like the
No.
glass that's like you know when glass is being like formed and like it's all like being like twisted and shit and it's all
Forbidden honey.
Yeah, people are calling
Said
it
that's what it's called.
yeah. Google forbidden honey. Like just look it up real quick.
I hate this.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, it looks
actually.
like honey.
Oh fuck! I wrote forbidden horny by accident.
Oh, that's hot.
With an EY.
Forbidden horny. That's actually
All right,
cool.
forbidden honey. Forbidden.
Forbidden
Oh,
honey.
whoa, yeah.
You see that?
I
It's
see.
like,
That
it looks like
that looks delicious, man.
it doesn't look delicious. It'll just
It
burn
looks
a hole
really
through
good.
you. It'll literally just go
There's
straight
so
through your
much-
jaw.
It's a shame how much
This
like
shit is so dangerous. You'd
What
bite that and you'd diss it. The scream you would scream would be hilarious.
guys. What do you think? What do you think is the most delicious looking thing that you can't eat?
I think,
Definitely pillow pads.
I think forbidden honey for me. Like when I see that, like it's mesmerizing.
It looks delicious, I can't lie. But also, like, don't eat that, please.
You know what? You know what looks delicious to me? Fucking Windex looks so good. Just that bright blue, fucking blue raspberry ass. Fucking like it.
This is what we call forbidden honey. Stop.
Yeah, I have a
That's
few.
so fucking stupid.
I have a few pre-workouts that look like Windex. And did I tell you guys that there was one pre-workout that I can't believe someone did this? It sounds like something that we would do. It looks exactly like piss. And I couldn't believe someone would be stupid enough to make this because there's no way it's going to sell well. Because, like, a lot of people have their pre-workouts in plastic bottles or whatever, so it looks like you're just carrying around piss. And it's like, dude, why would someone make this?
These guys start listening.
Not bright yellow, like the average color of piss. It literally looked like that. I was like, I can't believe someone did this. Someone at a
Well, it
laboratory
depends what color your piss
piss
is. My piss is a striking brown, a reddish brown.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's healthy. You don't get it checked out. Don't get yourself checked out. You're good. You're fine. You're perfect.
My piss has hints of 11 in it.
Hints
But you know what else? This stuff too. This shit looks delicious.
What?
This is gonna be really difficult to describe, but I'm gonna put it in the chat. It's that rock that looks like chicken. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a crystal, but it looks so good.
Oh yeah,
It's a delicious looking
it's
Geo.
a tendy.
Absolutely, Earth's chicken tenders, man. Fucking looks delicious.
I can see some stupid motherfucker biting that foam.
Forbidden fried chicken.
You couldn't touch
love
it either. You can't touch it beforehand to get a grasp of how solid it is. You have to look at something and sight unseen. You have to commit a full bite without touching it.
That's crazy.
You would fuck your whole jaw. Your whole jaw would be fucked as shit. Your teeth would be scraped up. Your mouth would be bloody as fuck.
Your jaw would be split. You would look like the Arbiter. Your jaw would be so split in half. Let's move on. My queer spear be gaping men's balloon knots like a child's tongue at a birthday party. One of the lecturers got cucked by the lead singer of the Pixies. SpongeBob Piss Pants, Mr. Pants, Chris Bicinato, and Sween Blackman. How do you feel about Into the Light and Final Shape? Oh, right. Yeah, I
really
guess.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, it looks cool. I don't know, man. Destiny's weird. I haven't played Destiny in fucking like a year.
I'm playing Into the Light
like.
lately. It's really cool. I got a lot of really cool weapons so far.
Is it worth playing?
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
It's free.
I'll jump on maybe later today or something. I don't know. Anyway,
are you guys talking about the political streamer?
Destiny. Yeah, Destiny.
He confuses me.
He ruined that search term. It's crazy how like people just ruin my favorite search terms for me because Destiny ruined the video game Destiny. Fucking Beyonce ruined Halo for me. What else? Like, what is next?
That's true. That is true. There's probably more, but yeah, those are two big examples.
There's gonna be a rapper coming out like in the next year or so. His name's gonna be Lil Bioshock or something, and he's gonna ruin my search term.
You just put it out in the fucking ether. You just put it out, and now it will be. Thy will be done.
It's me, Lil Bioshock.
Lil Bioshock. Yo, that's kind of dope, though. Actually, that's not bad.
It kind of isn't terrible. That's why I immediately regret it.
It's so stupid that I like it. That's the whole thing. It's know what?
Bioshock Infinite.
I'm gonna be the one to ruin it. I'm gonna fucking ruin it. I'm gonna figure out how to blow. I'm gonna make a separate what do you call it? Spotify, and try to blow up one track and then just be like Lil Bioshock, and then you can never search it again without my fucking face being on there.
I have been toying around with the idea of like, I do kind of want to make music under a completely like anonymous, like just a complete, just like no ties to me at all. And I have a name picked out. I have a name picked out.
I have a name too.
Yeah.
It's called,
I'm gonna type it.
JP
I'm gonna type it in the
Foldercock.
chat. I'm gonna type it in the chat.
All right. I was thinking about
insignificant.
Lil Vosh,
but I'm not gonna Lil Vosh. Don't say it out loud.
Lil Vosh.
You're gonna be tempted to you're gonna be tempted to read it, but don't say it out loud. This is what I want it to be.
That's stupid.
I know.
I like it though. I like it.
It's good. I like it. It's really fucking dumb.
That's so.
What genre? What genre?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. But like, I do want that. I want that name. I want that.
You need to take.
I want
you
that
need
name
to,
really
dude. You, there's a vacuum. The void has not been filled for Juice WRLD. Do it. People have been trying to fill that void and they haven't done it yet. So just be. Right. So feel the and then be that guy under that name.
Yeah, I will. All right, let's move on.
Or that, or if you don't want to do it, I'll be Juice WRLD 2. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Juicier world. Juicier world.
Juicier world.
So disrespectful. That is so disrespectful.
Juice land. I mean, like,
juice.
It's me.
Juice
it's
planet.
Juiceland.
Juice
it's
planet.
Juiceland over here.
Juiceland. Juice. Okay, I'll be bigger than him. Juice Galaxy. Or should it be
Juicier World?
Juicier.
Is such a stupid name.
Juicier.
What's your name? Juicier World.
People would be so mad. People would get so fucking mad.
He would be spinning in his grave, bro. He would be twirling in his grave.
First song's called Rip Nigga, or like, or no, maybe I'm gonna call it Ripland, and then people won't get it. They'll just think like, that's completely different.
And I'll be Lil Big Wayne. and we'll start.
The idea is somebody taking it away.
Why not?
Big Wayne.
Lil Big Wayne. Like, why not? Honestly, like, why can't? Is there any rule saying that you? Because like I remember, because Nas exists, and then Lil Nas X exists. So it's just like you could theoretically just be like, I'm Lil Barbara Streisand. and there's like nothing you can do about it, really.
I think that is correct. Actually, I actually think that's true.
My name's Tiny Rise Against. What's going on?
I mean, Tiny Rise. I think you
Baby
could do
Rise
that.
Against.
It's like,
or like, hey, I'm it's like, hey, that's Will Smith, but I'm Won't Smith. We're different.
Won't Smith.
Won't Smith. Getting silly with
Read
it.
these questions, Chris. Come on.
All right,
After
yeah,
Pete. Let's just
Blah
get
blah
out of
blah
here.
blah
dude.
blah
all right.
blah blah.
All right, we'll
Getting
speed through
silly
it.
with it.
Baller of the first sin, Spumbafutters, gay Leroy Jenkins be like, I love men's dicks. That's
I
so dumb.
love
Jolly,
man's dicks.
You're really dating yourself, by the way, with that, because like I know you're over 30. If you're making a Leroy Jenkins reference, jolly old dipshit. The monkey's paw curls and everyone unsubs from the Snark Tank Patreon, thus making the credits easier to read. There and
The
no.
monkey.
No.
Patrick hit him with that. Patrick hit him with that autistic flow. Reluctantly crouched, about to blow a guy. Cum is pumping. He's humping in time. The distance. Cindy Sweeney's tits as 2 moons. Cyphergraph. Medium penis haver. Palestinians be like, here they come. It's lots and lots of Jews and planes. Diving head first. Diving head. It's such a good one. Diving head first into my TV after seeing Tifa in a bikini in Rebirth. I'm not there yet. Don't spoil it. I'm not there yet. Hunter Dubois.
They gave her such
token.
big titties in that game, dude.
I mean, they're
She's
all
always
really.
had
They're
big
they're
titties.
all. They're all pretty well endowed in that game. In general,
It's been hard for me to not play.
Tifa's
Missing out on
titties
those
are huge.
tits and nude
when
mods.
you put in her bikini, bro, she's got at least like fucking F's. It's like, damn.
I was
girl,
personally.
Damn.
I'm personally a Jesse boy. Personally,
Yeah,
but she's dead.
that's fine.
So
Jesse's
They
girl.
cleaned up her body.
She's fucking
I just like that she has that
dead,
armor.
Jesse's
It's like so interesting. It's like you're interesting. Hunter Dubois
I don't like
token
armor.
with Rolkin
nudes,
Tolkien.
nude
What the
mods.
fuck is this? What even is this person saying? Cosmo Wanda, I wish for a glass of cummies. I'm in the business of pissery. I'm pissing out my cock. I'm gonna fucking bladder blast. My shit's about to pop.
He fucked it up
Wow.
a bit. He
So
he
that's-
had it
yeah,
for a
He
while.
fucked it up.
So it's
he had it.
pissery
The beginning.
business.
You should have kept going with
Brilliant.
piss. I'm in the business of pissery. I'm pissing out my cock.
Piss.
He's got a penis like an hourglass.
It's pissing.
He's got a penis like an
clock.
hourglass. It's harder than a rock. That would have been good.
Dude,
That's good, yeah.
Can you imagine having a
Lily's-
penis like an hourglass? Jesus Christ.
Harder. Fucking
Wait, you guys don't?
and then thin and fat.
I need to see your penis if it's an hourglass. That's crazy.
You guys don't.
I
You
need
guys
to
don't
see
get that sometimes. You guys don't get that sometimes where it's like hourglass,
Chris-
shaped like an hourglass.
Chris, that would make if your penis like an hourglass, every single thing about you would make sense. Every single thing about you would all fall right into place. I'd be like, I get it now. I get all of it now.
What does that mean? I don't get it.
You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Dude.
My
Everything
penis
makes
is
sense.
my,
Like,
my
I
penis is shaped like an
understand.
hourglass. It's like it is this. It is this.
understand.
In the middle, it's like thinner than a hair, and then at the
It's like it looks like a what you call it. You know the butt plug toys that
Yeah,
have
it's like
like the
beads.
fucking ball
The
and
beads,
then
yeah.
his penis looks like that.
That would make more sense than it being because I mean, where's your urethra, sir? Where does
It's real
the pee
thin.
go?
It's real thin in the
Where
middle.
does the pee go? That's a lot of PSI coming out of that small little part.
they're separate. They're separate entities. My penis and my urethra. I wrap it around my waist, and I pee out my waist that way.
That okay? That
Lily's
I get it.
asparagus.
Totally
That'd be
normal.
fucking crazy. Dude. If you have a penis like an hourglass, please go get checked. Please go, please.
It's just really, really, really fat at the tip and at the base, but the middle's thin, regular thinness, and then it's just plump onto it.
God. All right. Lily's asparagus binging piss dealer. Back to tank of piss. Caucasian container. The Cracker Barrel for gays. Donald Trump burping on Tom's clit. Super Earth is just regular Earth without Israel. You guys argued for so long about putting salt in fucking rice. I know. I
That
know.
was so stupid.
It was so dumb. So stupid.
I considered
But,
cutting it out.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing an argument today about the fucking about the thing, and I was like, man, What if it was about cum? I just idea him coming in the sink.
Yeah, it's a good way to save it.
That's just
Hip
exactly,
hip, you're gay.
Exactly.
hip hip, you're gay.
Hip.
That's
like
so
that.
dumb. She pipking out. I like that. Short, sweet, and just dumb enough. She pipking out my pip. I live in Orange County, New York. Now, fuck you, Long Island. Sweeney showers and sneakers. We are rebranding the Snark tank as the Spank tank. Maybe slightly above average clit energy. Just the hard R. Star coffee. Never made it as a straight man. Only made it as a gay man squealing. That Suicide Squad game fucking ruined any hope of a Wonder Woman game. Yeah, of course. That was never going to be good. My son froze to death in the wastes of Ohio by going homeless to pay you fucks. And now this is his memorial. Rip John. Transfem gremlin exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million rods of ionizing radiation. Yush Wormst? Yeah, Wormst. Craig the Canadian. The worst minigame to exist is playing the piano in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's not great.
Sucks.
It's not very good. I personally hate... actually, Rebirth is pretty good so far. 7 Remake had that stupid hand one where you had to like... It was only in there for like a second, but like where you had to move the big hand to move the boxes so that fucking Aerith could move around. That was fucking terrible. But
bro, you want to talk about shitty mini games? Play a Combine in an NBA 2K game. It's the worst fucking shit ever. Especially if you're trying to bench press.
About.
So to qualify, like
you've referenced the only thing about those games that I know somehow.
They're so shitty. Like, especially if you're trying to bench, it's the fucking worst thing ever. They never fixed it. Go. It's
yeah.
Anybody look it up.
That Fort Condor game
Awful.
in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake, I hate it. That's one thing I will say.
It's fun once you understand it.
I like Queen's Blood. I think Queen's Blood is cool, but like,
cool game.
Whatever. I don't know. Friendly neighborhood sex offender. It's your boy Shawnee D. $1 million date rape. 3XO and other Latinos gaining their superpowers after the April 8th eclipse.
Nice.
The homeless cat that Shane Dawson impregnated. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking, emoticons going like this. Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. Got my mind set on you by George Harrison. I got my ball sweat on you. Zeus Man Milk. Obi-Wan Chablomi. Jackson Vernon. Linus Tech Tips with what the hard R means. Oh, Linus Tech Tips learning what the hard R means. That was a fucking ridiculous. So have you guys seen that video of Linus Tech Tips where he's talking about like, yeah, man, I've used my fair share of hard R's in the past, and he's saying this on he's talking about retard.
Yeah, I love that.
So I'm gonna say this, and I can't explain why this makes sense to me, but it simply does. The fact that he didn't know that the hard R meant the N-word, for some reason, convinces me that he's like he's more like, to me it's more racist not to know that than to have said the hard R before. Like it's crazy to me that you wouldn't know that. Like, how would you not know that? How do you live your life around so few black people that you don't know what the hard R is? That's what's crazy to me.
Because you could have just never heard it.
Or he might live in like fucking Ohio or something. Like this, like it's possible. I get that there's many reasons, but like I can't fathom not knowing what the hard R means. Like I've known it forever. Like I think it was
my favorite word.
Right. He saw those memes, right? He saw those Hard Rock hotel memes where like, you know, it's all the shits. It's where it looks like it says hard R, and he thought it was like a reference to retards. That's like. That doesn't hit nearly as hard, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
This whole time
hotels.
This whole time he just thought, oh, the hard R is... So what else does he think? We got to question him on everything, actually.
Yeah. Because that means he's never heard... Because that means he's never heard the phrase soft A. You know? Like, I don't know, man. It's weird. Suspicious. Kremlin to Gremlin. What I'm saying is... unequivocally is that Linus Tech Tips is a racist person, is what I'm saying. That is the official stance. Big facts. Of the Snark Tank podcast. Sorry.
If you don't understand what I was saying prior, let me clarify. I'm saying this exactly.
Yeah. Let me just clarify. I don't know what the fuck he's doing now. Gremlin to Gremlin, the lunatic is in my ass. Brain damage. I'm gonna steal your bones. Fine. Electrifying Mind, Electrify My Homocock. Zoo by Denzel Fury. Avi, let Derek read the names yet, you tyrant. Anyone is welcome to take this responsibility off my hands.
I'll do it next episode.
So I said on the last episode, I did read them because I completely forgot to tell you to like, hey, could you read them for the Dark Tank?
Fuck, that's right.
I didn't even tell you though. I just completely forgot myself. And then so I just did them. And then I also said for people to comment if they want us to switch it up more often, comment. And then because I said I know Chris wouldn't mind, obviously. True. If you want other people to do it, then just comment. But it doesn't. It literally. Yeah,
it's
matter.
a simple. It's simple. It's just the filter of like what is it? Paid, active,
the 25
and 25,
and the active, right?
Yeah, paid, 100%. Active, 25, and then we're all set. But yeah, this weighs on me heavily. Where are we at? Okay. Imagine coming home and Ethan Ralph is there. He says you thought you could shit talk Hot Darky and then comes on your doorknob. That'd be fucking wild. I don't think you could reach the doorknob with cum.
Yeah.
He's a very small person.
I'd be the dog shit out of him, though. It would be fun.
Yeah, Wage Slave 583. Yeah, people be like, why is that man beating up that giant tumor? A sad guy from Michigan telling the boys it's not gay to give sloppy toppy lazy couch style and take back shots, but I'm secretly crossing my fingers. All right, man. Goddamn, secretly. I like the idea that you would even bother secretly crossing your fingers while being that overt verbally. The Papini brothers the Papini brothers present Master Roshi flow. We smoking dino caps and flying nimbuses, you stupid fucking piece of shit. Donkerson, Xavier Renegade Angel reference. Xavier Renegade Angel reference. Whippity whippity whoa. What do you call these wind monkeys? Windaboo wiggers? Is that real? I haven't seen that show in so long.
I think that's a real line from it, actually.
I wouldn't be surprised. That show is so outrageous. We were watching it the other day. Installing a faulty Neuralink in Chris's head that plays Thunder on repeat. You got to pay the troll soul to get in the boys' hole. Gate 6, Alexander the Gaped, and final page. Buy a man, eat fish, they teach fish man to a lifetime.
I fucking love it.
It's so stupid. Fuck Patreon for removing the search by month option. These cunts will do whatever it takes to make the site unusable. Hey man, yo dick's out. Help. Fuck. The dumbest lesbian. They're coming. Lots and lots of dick and balls. I went homeless paying Ian Miles Chan to swat the Chumba Casino guy. John Strickland, I miss old Kanye, go to the throat Kanye, pulls in the hole Kanye, drag on this floor Kanye. Merck's 1889, came so hard the rubber flew off screaming like a Saturn missile. The first Church of Keith David, featuring a crowd of people gang writing on Chris's little slutty notebook. Second Church of Keith David featuring Big Ben in the first Church of Keith David pre-Roz, Blake 896, a half black, half Vietnamese person named Bitch N-word. Lost my job at Kohl's because they caught me playing with the mannequin's boobs. J. Cole calling himself top 3 is crazy. Doja Cat had harder bars this year.
Yoo-hoo.
Okay. Alassian oilfield trash, Texas tater salad. Drake is the Big Bang Theory of rap.
I actually agree with that.
That is true.
Bazinga.
But nigga.
That's good.
I want him to say that once. I wish that happened in an episode where he was like, well, you see, I say bazinga around people that I think are humans, but around them, I say banigger. Beep that out, right. Please, Derek. Because I know I can't say that part.
No, don't bleep it. First of all, no, you can say whatever you want. Don't bleep it out. Don't do that.
It was also too. It was the algorithms are gonna know what the fuck you just said because it was too like that. It's you know what I mean. It's so jumbled together. I don't think it's just gonna like be blank.
You should beep it out. You should beep it out. I think it'd be safe.
I don't think you should beep it out at all.
It's N-word, but
yeah, well,
don't beep it out.
Clarifying for the machine.
Tickle my ass hairs. Nicky Zicky. I want to test Chris's dyslexia. Ginger. My piss is thick like gas station slushy, and Lily chugs it. Live action 9/11.
The animated 9/11 is my favorite.
The idea that it isn't the idea that would be a difference is really good. Wicket 909. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Badly Brave. Hugger Derek Duck Hunt. The Vegan Necromancer. I got consent. Aetherian Brazilian Puncher. Melphis 1. Finally rehabilitated and back in the saddle with 2 functioning hands. And as always, rounding out our list, the King of Haphazard. Thank you all for your kindness and your support over here on Patreon.com/SnarkTank. Fuck you. Get out of here.